Hello, hello, hello. Welcome back to Almighty Blues FC, a fan channel for all to see. Or what a week that we've had, fresh from qualification in the FA Cup final. Yes, a long time for Liverpool. It's been there. I think it's been a decade that we covered in the review. But I think with Chelsea there as well, the rivalry is going to be reignited. But before anything, I have to welcome my panel here. That is Alid from Club Talk TV. Big up, bro. As in, how are you? As in, it's been a couple of months since we met. But
Yeah,
great to have you back.
yeah, been a couple of months. Pleasure having my debut on the Almighty Blues FC. Now, big up to yourself, Ankit, and obviously pleasure to be on. And long time no speak, but looking forward to doing it all over again in the FA Cup. But Liverpool Man United tomorrow, so looking forward to that now.
Of course, Alid, the local lad he is. I'm pretty sure that he must be feeling the jitters every time it's Liverpool, Manchester United. It's a big deal, right? And let's be honest. It is the rivalries of rivalries in England, and that's something that you would expect as well as fans. But anyway, anyone who's joining, come on, you know the drill by now. It's been a long time coming, but Klopp Talk TV is there. Just check out his channel. The link is in the description below.
Thank you,
you can check it out. Give him a sub, and do not forget to subscribe to Almighty Blue FC in case you haven't. And most importantly, do press that like button so that we have many people joining the stream. We will be discussing lots because yes, there is breaking news and we will be reacting to that. We are expecting a Manchester United fan in the house, but first we'll be discussing more Liverpool and then getting onto that as well. RCO's in the house. Hello, hello, absolutely great to have you as always. Bang Bang is probably commenting on the hair of Eric Ten Hag. We'll get there for sure. I'm pretty sure, there'll be a lot of comparisons made between Pep and him because of the hairstyle, obviously. But jokes apart. That's some big news, right? And yes, big up to you as well. Manchester is not well. Let's actually wait and talk about that for sure. But I, as a Dutch fan, I'm happy. I have to be honest. Yes, I'm a Chelsea fan through and through. Not that Ten Hag is probably bad or good or something like that. I'm just saying, like, as a Dutch fan, I like that the Dutch footballing philosophy is back to Manchester United, back to England. So that's something that I am looking forward to. But yeah, we have to start from that, Alec, bro. As in, we kind of have been discussing about Liverpool lots over the last few streams, but I think Manchester United, the timing, as in more than anything, for you, it cannot be a secret, right? Everyone kind of knew about it, but the fact that the news broke out on the eve of the game, Ten Hag to Manchester United, I think it is pretty much planned, right? As in, what do you think about the timing of the news?
Yeah, I do think it's before a big game. We all know the stature of Liverpool, Manchester United. To see it obviously released a day in advance, you're obviously going to start pointing questions at whether or not this is directly pinpointed to spark that media attention a day close to arguably one of Manchester United's biggest games this season, especially in their bid for a top four fight. And it'll probably give the players a boost, because the players aren't afraid to look at the media. They'll look at the media, see this, and they'll obviously get a psychological boost. I do feel for Manchester United. I do feel for Eric Ten Hag personally, because he's coming into a job, although he's got the best out of a lot of Ajax players, over in the Dutch league. However, you're coming into Manchester United where there's a lot of personalities, and to weather the storm there will be very difficult. And I do think that will be his biggest challenge. However, what will be the big thing for Eric Ten Hag is that he'll be probably getting rid of a lot of players who are out of contract in the summer from Manchester United. So he's shipping a lot off the wage bill already. So hopefully he'll have enough, well, not from my sake, but from his perspective, he'll have enough money there to obviously pursue future targets in the transfer market. But yeah, big news for Manchester United fans, and a big name in Eric Ten Hag. So obviously not too happy about that. But as a footballing fan, to see a manager like him come into the league, it just reiterates how integral the Premier League is in comparison to all the other top leagues.
100% agree there, bro. And of course, well said there, because yes, of course, those changes that he'll make, that'll be the key. And I know a lot of changes have been made in Manchester United over the years after the Fergie era, and we expected that there will be a transition period, but it's been a bit too long. Let's see if Manchester United are able to give him the time that I think probably every manager needs out there. And I know I can only feel sorry for Agnick, because he got a bad deal. Like, come on, coming into a job just for like the 5 to 6 month contract, and then knowing that you will not be in this job for the full time, it's basically a lose-lose kind of situation, right? But okay, Suraj is in the house. Suraj, big up. Thank you for joining. And by the way, as people joining today, the language will be 100% English as opposed to a mix, because obviously we have international panels. We might have some international audience because of the time as well that we are streaming at. So it kind of depends. So, but get in your questions. We have a local ad here, of course. Alid, check out Klopp Talk TV. Whoever's joined late,
Thank you, mate.
great channel. I've been there. Trust me, Liverpool fan, but he knows his stuff inside out. And we are expecting, hopefully, Sadiq Bhai will be joining us. He's on the stream, and he'll be joining us in the next half an hour. Or any Manchester United fans, I'll be opening the lines as well in maybe half an hour's time, right? If in case Sadiq Bhai doesn't come in. So yes, Chelsea, Liverpool, that's the real shit. Well, we have to talk about that, absolutely, because trust me, as much as we speak about Liverpool, Man City, Liverpool, Manchester United, and yes, traditionally you will say that those are, at least Manchester United, Liverpool is the rivalry. But in the last 20 years, from the time that I've really got into that football, like for me, the main rivalry on the pitch, which has been consistent, it is Liverpool Chelsea, and the FA Cup final. Quick kind of look ahead. I know we are here to speak about the Manchester United Liverpool game at Anfield, but talk about the FA Cup now that you know that we are in the final. Carabao Cup wasn't too far behind. I think we just spoke maybe a week before the Carabao Cup final, if I remember right, Alan? So what are your thoughts on that FA Cup final on the May the 14th?
Yeah, to be fair, I'm looking forward to it, though there is an element to which I'm feeling nervous, much more nervous than I was in the Carabao Cup. I don't know if that's because it's so close to the end of the season, players are, fatiguing. But I think there's this added fire within Chelsea at this current moment in time, that, especially after the European exit last week, losing to Liverpool in the Carabao Cup, I think there's this added fire going into this game that, they can't fall short again. Look, I back my team. Currently, the way we played against Manchester City in that first half in particular, it was like, you could bring any team in front of us and, we'd tear apart. However, that second half probably really showed, but I do think that coming into the FA Cup final, I do think it all depends on the current situation of both these respective clubs, how secure Chelsea in terms of their league position, because I do think, you'll have top four. But, FA Cup's a big boost for you now. It's probably your only remaining, it's your only trophy that you can now go for. So, there'll be an added boost on behalf of you a lot. So, Liverpool have to be on the top of their game. So, I'm still confident, but it's a bit more in the balance than the cup final, and that was in the balance. So yeah, it's anybody's. It's on the knife edge, mate.
Yeah, I'll just take a few comments here, and I'll get to your comment as well, Aled. But here, of course, your United defense can't handle Liverpool. Aled's Mike, yeah, absolutely brilliant. That I see Liverpool run riot over Man United. A lot of predictions coming in. We'll get to that as well into details. LFC Laters, hi, thank you for joining in. Glory, Man United. Okay, we have some Man United folks in the house as well. That's great to know. Do put in your comments, whatever we are discussing about, and do put in your questions. If we can defend the attacking of Liverpool, and if we will not concede goals, I think we will go. Okay, there is obviously a chance, and that's the easy way out. It's easier said than done. Put it that way, like how Arteta put it, right? You kind of have to score goals to win games. Similarly, what Ayush is saying, it's about just defining Liverpool, and that's not an easy job. We know that. A point at Anfield will be like winning UCL these times. Wow, that's actually some respect given, from a United fan. Are Liverpool thinking about quadruple, or they're just focusing on UCL and Premier League? And I will come to that. Justin, great question, and I know it's kind of an expected question. Pretty sure. But I think more than the quadruple, in a strange way, it'll give you a kind of happiness about getting that league double over Manchester United. I think first time in almost 9 years, if I'm not wrong. 2013 was the last time Liverpool did that in the league. So I think that is the first target. But talking about the double or the quadruple, that I should actually be speaking, because I know every Liverpool fan every week says that no, it's not happening. But that we know that deep down you actually feel that something special is happening. So where are you on that? Because 270 minutes from potentially a 7th UCL, 90 minutes from an FA Cup. Obviously, I wouldn't want that. You know why?
Yeah.
But in the league also, I think you can probably get over City for at least 24 hours, put pressure, And if I'm not wrong, we've got a recent head-to-head upper hand over them after beating in the FA Cup. So where are you on the quadruple, on the treble, on the double? Where are you?
Yeah, I mean, there's a reason why no one's ever managed to do the quadruple, and it's just, to compete in the Premier League, against the elite of the elite, really. It has become when you look at who are really running away with the league, it is really Liverpool, Man City, and Chelsea, and that gap between third and fourth is quite significant. So the Premier League have got to watch that. The three at the top don't actually make it a breakaway league. However, that being said, Liverpool fans, we can dream that. But I always live in the motive, enjoy the moment, because if it doesn't happen, which, there's a big chance it won't, at least we can say we enjoyed it at this current moment in time in which Liverpool are producing results, out of the bag week in, week out. But we know how tough these games will be. Manchester United tomorrow, Merseyside derby, and although Everton at the moment are a struggling team, we know that all form goes out of the window in those games. And then you have Villarreal, then you have Newcastle away, which is a very tough game. Villarreal again. It's a lot of tough games to come. So no team can keep on winning. So for me, it is take every game at a time, but I'm loving it. I'm loving it at the moment.
You're literally shadowing Klopp there. Come on. I think you don't need to be sitting on the fence, but I think I hear you, because I would have been the same if I was in your shoes. Because again, how many times has it really happened? A treble even. We speak about the Manchester United team. I know you wouldn't like a Liverpool fan, but that's a fact. And that was a great team because of what it achieved. And that's the rarity of the feat. And it doesn't happen. And Klopp, he's got that X factor. Maybe yes, but again, I would like to say, as a Chelsea fan, no pun intended, Aled, but we stopped Man City last year. Remember, they were speaking about the quadruples.
Three times,
maybe this year it's Liverpool, but let's see. As in, again, I wouldn't like to kind of jinx it myself, but Ayush is getting the lineup already, and we'll come to the team news as well for sure. Yes, absolutely. Big up to host and panel, Abdullah. Thank you for joining. And let's get back to this, because yes, this is so hot a news that I think it'll really affect the Liverpool camp. I genuinely feel it. I know that Klopp has got them, functioned very well. But the fact that it's Manchester United, that rivalry, plus the fact that, this news is broken out, as much as Manchester United haven't confirmed it, as per Fabrizio, they're not going to confirm this weekend. Probably, they'll probably take by this weekend at least. But when Fabrizio says, we know that it's for real, it's happening, right? But as in, I'm not sure, Aled, if you really followed Dutch football of late, but Ajax in the Champions League, they were a different element. So, according to you, as in, again, it's too early, I know. We spoke about Ragnick so much that, he brought that pressing game and so on and so forth. What is the difference that Ten Hag will bring just to the club in terms of the footballing, culture, as well as the non-footballing culture? Is the right appointment for you?
Well, first and foremost, he's got to get the dressing room right. Before laying down the foundations in terms of a game plan and a specific way of playing, he's got to, lay, the foundations down in terms of what happens behind, closed doors, in terms of getting players that don't want to play for the club gone. You've got to clear up the wage bill a little bit, and recruit accordingly. And that doesn't mean splashing 100 million in one window and being quiet for 4. That means just 50 million maybe every two windows, a gradual process in which you go slightly under the radar, because as we see with teams that dip into their budget straight away, and a lot of pressure comes upon that. You look at Sancho, Varane, Ronaldo, and then look at where Manchester United have gone this season. So there's a lot of pressure when you dip into the transfer market substantially. So for me, I think Ten Hag can only be proved as a successful manager if he's given the time. And I think United fans, although this is a big plus for them, should respect that this is a long project. I mean, you've even got to get... I mean, the dynamic between the top of the club and it's just not there. So to get that right, I mean, you'd even have to modify that before you can even establish Manchester United as a top team again. So... for me, I think it's a 3 to 4, maybe even 5-year process. But whether Man United will give him that time, I'm not too sure. But
look, that's the biggest question, because I think it's modern football. But again, Ten Hag is kind of bringing a lot of reputation. The fact that he's never managed, kind of directly managed. Again, no disrespect to
It's
Ajax.
a big challenge, yeah.
Huge. Exactly. Manchester United is a different ball game altogether. So for me, as in probably he should get that extra element of benefit of the doubt compared to basically a Ragnick, because Ragnick, you always knew that it was a short term anyway.
Yeah,
right?
that was
and even Ole, well, he got sufficient enough time for me. For me, it was fair enough. But coming back to Liverpool, again, a lot of questions said about Liverpool 11. I will actually ask you. I think it was without a shadow of a doubt, Mo Salah has been probably your player of the season. I think if you count the entire season together, right? But this calendar year, last 10 games, like it's been like not really his stuff, right? So in the last say 10 to 12 games, which has been that one player who's actually pulled you through, because you've had like what 8 game winning run in all competitions. So it's more teamwork, you can say, but I'm sure there'll be that one indispensable player. So for this calendar year, who's that one indispensable player for you who you would want first name on the team sheet against United?
Luis Diaz. Nah, to be fair, I'm not gonna lie. When before the turn of the year, we were conceding a lot of goals. As a neutral, you must have been absolutely loving watching Liverpool because we were shipping so many goals. It was only since then we played West Ham away when we actually lost the game. Since then, it seems very much like Klopp has really tried to patch up that defence. So I think any one of the back four you can really pick out and say, they've been a highlight of the last 10, 15, 20 games. But I'm just going to go Luis Diaz based off, the morale, what kind of momentum he's provided to this Liverpool camp. You can see that the oozing confidence that, just is being produced since Luis Diaz come. And to be fair, I don't think, we get that same lift had we not gone for Luis Diaz. I just think it almost looks like from that moment, just the confidence is there. When he's on the ball, he's so elusive and he can just, change direction very quickly. And he's very good with the ball as well. So, look, to be fair, I'd have to say Luis Diaz, but I mean, you can pick any of the back four, but I think the midfield have been solid as well. So, there's been quite a few standout players, but I'm going to go Luis Diaz based off the remaining 10 games.
Interesting. And by the way, people, again, we've not got the likes up, so it's a part of the drill. Everyone watching, let's get all the likes in case you've not liked the stream, so that the YouTube algorithm kind of recommends it to others, so that we have more people in. And yes, we'll be opening the lines as well towards the end of the stream if you're not able to get Sadiq by in time. But again, we would like to hear about Manchester United as well, and we'll come to Manchester United. A lot of questions that are coming through, I'm marking them and I'll take them towards the end of the stream for sure, right? But Matata United actually says, so far it seems luck, fate are with Liverpool. Well, there is, let's be honest about it. When you win tournaments, when you win leagues, you can say that maybe it's not luck. You've got to have the consistency over the entire year. But there is a certain amount of luck. I, as a Chelsea fan who won a lot of, tournaments, a lot of trophies, will say that for sure there is luck needed. Liverpool were really unfortunate last season. They had so many injuries. We were unfortunate this time. The timing of the injuries just before December period, we got both our wing backs out. So, Alan, would you say in a strange way that yes, you've been brilliant? I know, same as Man City, I would say, and that's really honest admission by me. But the fact that you actually had very little injuries compared to the recent years, maybe that has worked in your favor, and that's where you're seeing maybe that Kevin De Bruyne getting injured for City, for instance, that last period is probably favoring you.
Oh yeah, 100%. Yeah, I mean, injuries. We've seen last season with Liverpool, the injuries really did affect us, and this season they haven't. We've been very, very lucky with injuries this season, and fortunately enough for us, we've had a full squad for a lot of the games that we've been able to play, and a full squad for Liverpool. I think the squad has been given a lot of credit, which hasn't. Didn't have that credit a few seasons ago. If anything, a lot of people were saying our squad's too light. But I think having all that squad available reiterates the point that there is depth there. When you compare to Manchester City and Chelsea, it's obviously difficult to really compare on the same level. That being said, I do think that depth is getting a little bit more respect. But we have had 40 in that department. But good teams create a fortune of their own. So I'm quite happy with how the season's gone, and I do think the availability has really helped Jurgen Klopp maximise the rotation that he's been allowed to do in the competitions like the FA Cup, and that's why I believe we've gone so far in the domestic competitions as well. I think Jurgen Klopp has took it a little bit more serious. However, that being said, we've had more players at our disposal, so yeah, I'm just really enjoying it, mate.
Good for you. But yeah, big shout out here from a view from the stands. Great Aston Villa fan there.
Big up, man.
Big up, and hopefully we'll stream together sometime. Hopefully next season. Pretty kind of, as in it's been a chaotic season. Trust me on that. As a Chelsea fan, as in maybe Chelsea fans are the best ones to talk about how chaotic the season has been. But yeah, as in great to have you, buddy. And yeah, as in Bagman says, Glazers want to stop fan protests, try to make her happy. So they announced Ten Hag before Liverpool match. So they haven't announced yet. And that's the thing, right? It's Fabrizio Romano, but yeah, that kind of means that they've kind of got the news leaked out for the fans. So he has a point, certainly, right? Absolutely. Maguire captaincy will be dropped from the next season. Well, interesting. So again, you spoke about the dressing room. Maybe captaincy, it's probably the start of that, right, Aled? You can see maybe, obviously not immediately right now. I don't think Ragnar needs to change anything immediately because it's still the season. But next season, just as an opposition, who do you think is the best bet for the capital of Manchester United?
Oh, I don't even know, because for me, I wouldn't give it to. I wouldn't keep it with Maguire. Pogba's out the door. Ronaldo, I wouldn't give it to Ronaldo either, because again, his position's uncertain. So you're really looking at maybe even giving it to the keeper, David De Gea. Is it really anybody? Is it really anybody else that would really? Maybe Fernandes. Maybe you could give it to, because he does portray those leadership qualities. But for me, really, David De Gea. You're probably going to give it to the player who's been there the longest, and that would probably have to be David De Gea, wouldn't it? So, yeah, I don't even know, because I wouldn't give it to Ronaldo. I just think maybe that's been the one which. The leadership qualities, which I think have been one of the media love the fact that he's probably not portraying the best leadership qualities, because he's chucking the toys at the pram and say if he's substituted, he'll go off and he'll be shaking his head. It's almost like an insult to the person who's coming on, going, "Oh, I'm being replaced for you," sort of thing. So I don't think he portrays good leadership skills so far in that aspect. So I think it'd probably have to go to the keeper or maybe even Fernandes, but. My best bet is probably be the keeper, David De Gea.
Yeah, that's a good call as well, and that's what we all thought, because again, Ronaldo is not a long-term solution anyway right now. So I think that it's fair. So, as in again, it's anyone's answer here, but good season for Liverpool is probably already a good season, honestly put, right? But the fact that you are in this situation now, will it be disappointment not winning the remaining cups that you're part of, or as a Liverpool fan, I'm pretty sure the way Liverpool fans think is very different. So how are you thinking?
Now, to be fair, I think a lot of fans are getting a little bit carried away. Like, to be fair, I think if you don't win the quad, I think a lot of people regard that as a disappointment when Liverpool are on the brink of a momentous season. I mean, even if we win a double or even a treble, that is a pinnacle, especially when you consider you're coming up against the European champions and the powerhouse of Manchester City as well. And then to even get a treble, I think would be an astonishing achievement. But I think I'd be quite disappointed if we only end up with a League Cup, and that's no disrespect to the League Cup. I just think with the potential that the squad is at and the age at which the squad is at, I do think we should be pushing on for the doubles, the trebles. But yeah, I'd be happy with 2 or 3. 4 would be an absolute dream, as you'd obviously know.
Again, no pun intended, Alec, but I think maybe 6 years ago, before Klopp came, I'm sure this conversation wasn't on, right? I mean, let's be honest.
Yeah.
But same thing I can say about us 15 years ago, right? So that's what cycles of football bring to you, and that's why we love the sport, right? That's how I think we all know that every dog has its day. Like Chelsea has had that for a good while, but now we are really behind, right? We have to get to grips, and hopefully with the new ownership we'll get there. But yeah, kudos to Liverpool, kudos to Klopp, man. I have to give it to you. Can Liverpool take advantage of David De Gea's poor ball playing ability? Now again, 5-0, that was something that you will probably cherish for the rest of your life. What happened? But what do you take from that game? What is that one aspect apart from obviously the defense of United, which is an obvious thing? But again, David Diaz, kind of, as in, I think even his distribution is not kind of spoken about enough. So there are kind of holes. He's probably one of the better short stoppers. But do you think with Konate being the set piece expert that he is, you would probably prefer Konate or you would go back to Matip? What is your preference in terms of set pieces and even like in midfield? Because Keita has done well versus Henderson versus Manchester United. Maybe brings that level that you need. What do you think?
Yeah, I think when you play against Manchester United, I think maybe he does go with Keita, Fabinho, and Thiago again tomorrow. I just think the pressing that they all provide respectively. I think just absolutely just puts all the opponent under the cosh. I think when we seen that game against City on Sunday, Saturday. City weren't allowed to play out their half. Liverpool were just on them like a flash. Yeah. And I do think that if we are to exploit the vulnerabilities that David De Gea does obtain, then obviously maybe we go with the pacey front three of Diaz, Mane, Salah, and then have the likes of Keita. But onto your centre back partnership. To be fair, there's a part of me I want to see Konate play just because of his set piece threat. That being said, I think Matip should be rested for this game. But to be fair, Matip's not even in poor form either because I think he scored quite a few goals recently as well. Yeah. So, I'd take any of them, mate. But Konate, I'd like to see Konate personally. I think he's
I actually covered in my last couple of videos as well. Konate kind of is reminding me of the time when Branislav Ivanovic had those headers in. Remember that was the time.
He's
getting that. He has that ability for me. As in again, maybe as in he's too young, he'll probably improve. I know defensively there's still work to do, but he's been fantastic for the first year that he's been in the Premier League. But big up to Rich Sports as well. People do check out Rich Sports, another feature channel on Almighty Blues FC. Rich, I don't know, buddy, if you're free, do come on. You're welcome. Do DM me in case you're free. I would love to have some thoughts from you. Especially, the Ten Hag news that we know. I know that Rich obviously, might be going live as well. But let's see if he's free. I'll love to hear from Rich as well. We will be streaming for the next maybe 45 minutes, Rich, if you want to come in for sure. But I know, you have to go, my mate Alid, in a few minutes. But as in, before that, I have to kind of get in from you, man. Again, front three, lot of combinations. Finally, you've got your probably, permutation combination possible. So the fact that you already named Luis Diaz to be that indispensable player. Mo Salah is not in form, but you've got to play him for this big game, right?
Yeah.
Who's your front three for tomorrow?
Yeah, I think when you have Salah, I think obviously the opportunities for him, I do think are running maybe thin. But I think a player with such a big game on the horizon, Mo Salah, I think his record against Manchester United has been relatively decent recently. So I'd play him again. I'd play Mane in the front. I'd play him in the false line position, and I'd have Diaz on the left. I just think that Diaz, he just hounded João Cancelo. On the weekend, you have Mane then, who's just so sharp in terms of how quick he can accelerate, and then you have Salah then, who can obviously create magic of his own. So that'd be my front three combo. But even if we had, Firmino to play in between the lines to cut out that supply threat going into that midfield, I do think even if Firmino plays, I think he could be decisive on the day. But my preference would be Diaz, Mane and Salah. But pleasure having me on, Ankit. Very much enjoyed that show, so thank you, man.
Yeah, absolutely, my pleasure. And of course, big up to Statman's Stubbs as well, and Nidhi from Menace and Monk, Liverpool, lads in the house. Hopefully, any content creators who are free right now would love to come on, and share their thoughts, because yes, there's been some breaking news and opposition, but get in your predictions as well. Do DM me. But fantastic to have Alid again. Do check out Plop Talk TV. I've been there, and I think he's going live in a few minutes. Obviously, previewing this game on his channel as well. So, wish you all the best for the game, and of course, Champions League. Quick prediction before you go. What's your prediction for the Champions League? As in, not the gut. Talk about just the neutral mind. What do you think will happen in Champions League, and of course tomorrow's game?
What, like who will go through to the final?
Yeah.
Oh, on paper, Man City, Liverpool. However, there could be a shock. Maybe Real Madrid. Maybe. I'm just saying, Benzema, I won't put it past him. He's a big game player. You just never know. Pep does overthink things. You just never know. Now, I'm going to go Man City, Liverpool. Could be a shock. And Real Madrid go through. Can't see Villarreal going through. But for tomorrow, I'm going to go for a 3-1 Liverpool win. You know, the chance will be ringing around Anfield. I'm pretty sure of it. You're now going to believe us. Yeah, it's all going to be going off there. But big up to yourself, Ankit, and big up to everyone at the chat. Make sure you drop a subscribe to Almighty Blues, top channel. I highly recommend. There's no one that works harder than this man in Ankit, man.
That means a lot coming from a fellow content creator. I know that you know your stuff as well inside out. So yes, I'll watch your stream back as well. I know that I'm streaming right now, but absolutely great having you. And all the best for tomorrow, but not all the best for the FA Cup final. We'll meet you soon.
We will meet again before that. Yeah. Big pleasure, man. Thank you, man. Ta-da.
Fantastic having Alan here. People again do check out Klopp Talk TV. And like I said again, people, if anyone wants to join the stream, you're welcome, especially the content creators, because yes, there's been breaking news. Any Manchester United fans in the house, do let me know if you would like to share. Jo bhi aap chahte ho. Yes, the conversation was primarily in English because obviously being having an international panel, and it depends on the panel in the audience. So like I always say, it's a fan channel for all to see. So hopefully you all are liking it. If you are, let's smash that like button, and of course share the stream on social media in case you are following me. So let's actually continue. I'm not sure if by the way, I forgot to tell you that the Manchester United panel was supposed to come. Chinmay, unfortunately, is in the middle of a game, so he's unable to come right away. But he said that he'll try to come before the stream ends, and same with Sadiq Bhai, right? That's why I said anyone who is a Manchester United fan is open to come on. I am welcoming you guys for sure. And yes, Klopp Talk TV, thanks for having me on. Absolutely our pleasure, 100%. So let me actually take the questions, right? Because I did promise I'll take the questions and I'll come back to the game as well. यहाँ पर football critics पूछ रहे हैं, could you talk about Derby County situation? What's happening at the club? Well, unfortunate है भाई. So football critics, by the way, real unfortunate. What Wayne Rooney, has done, he has done madness. मतलब Derby County, the fact that वो administration में गई थी, that is why they were docked points, right? अब उसके बाद में he almost kind of got them to the level that they probably seeked. तो आप बोलोगे यार Wayne Rooney has done a madness, because हम जानते हैं Derby did not have the money to buy players. They were in administration, or लेकिन unfortunately they haven't reached that level जो उनका target है. That is why they are relegated to League One. Really tough situation for Derby County. I think one of the historical clubs in recent times. और Wayne Rooney, I don't know यार, come on. I know वो बहुत ही loyal है. He turned down Everton. लेकिन I think when a League One club is there, and I don't think वो रहेंगे वहाँ पर. I'm pretty sure जो performance रहा है Wayne Rooney का, he'll probably get a new club and probably should move on. Everton not going was a good choice. इतना जरूर से बोलूँगा. लेकिन Derby County tough यार. I don't know when they'll come up. Let's see. Ronaldo versus Van Dijk. Yes, absolutely. हमने बात नहीं की इसके बारे में. So for me, it was labeled as Ronaldo versus Salah, but you're right, Ayush, it will be Ronaldo versus Van Dijk, certainly on the pitch. As much as आप बोलोगे यार, Van Dijk is probably one of the best defenders out there. For me, Ronaldo in such a big game, especially जो history between Liverpool and Manchester United, I can see Ronaldo doing really well. He'll come up trumps, और मुझे लगता है Ronaldo will stand up for this game, knowing the fact that it's an away game, knowing the fact that ये पहला double होगा 8-9 सालों में, and the fact that वो hat-trick मार के आए. तो for me, it will be a great game. Despite आप बोलोगे Norwich City थी, but I still feel that it's going to be a good game, and that's why I'm looking forward to it. Liverpool versus Madrid UCL final. Well, let's see. मैं तो यार predict किया Man City, Ronnie. That's what my prediction is. It'll be Liverpool Man City, but again, I might be wrong. Donny van de Beek is only happy man now. Well, of course, the Dutch connection, it will work for him. It will work. Certainly, chance तो मिलेगा. इतना तो बोल देते. Chance definitely मिलेगा Donny भाई साहब को. लेकिन what is the midfield that you will play tomorrow, and of course future में क्या रहेगी midfield? Any United fans in the house बोलिए आप मुझे, क्योंकि yes, United against Norwich. I know it was Norwich City, लेकिन I think Rangnick had the option of playing Matic in midfield. As a start, he opted nahi. Let's play with Pogba, Lingard and Bruno Fernandes, and let them do the defensive work. और वहीं पर मात खाई United. For me, that cannot be done in Liverpool at all. टीम न्यूज की थोड़ी सी बात कर लेते क्विकली. Yes, unfortunately for United, I think they don't have McFred fit yet. So McTominay out है, as well as Fred is out, but Luke Shaw is also out. वो तो blessing disguise बोलोगे. Telles has been good. Varane is out. That is a huge one because yes, Varane is still out. So I don't know. They might just change the formation. I feel. मुझे लगता है मैनचेस्टर यूनाइटेड माइट जस्ट चेंज द फॉर्मेशन और वो जाएंगे 5 at the back, and that's my gut. Just my gut. I know Cavani up front is missing as well, but he's been missing for a long while, right? Liverpool के लिए they have all the players available from what I know. Brilliant. यहाँ पर कुछ और कमेंट लेने आता हूँ यहाँ पर. Okay. Over 300 minutes, 3-3. What a game! FA Cup final it would be. We would want Villarreal to play good first leg so that Klopp has to use good players in second leg, midweek, tired legs on weekend. Adway, बहुत ही interesting. वो I hope it happens as a Chelsea fan, but again, we would like to have our best players for sure, right? Okay. Fine, fair enough. So I think Rich Sports again, he might join. Let's see. Hopefully he joins. Or Sadiq bhai, one of them, मैं मैसेज करता हूँ. Hopefully they'll join. But again, I think you guys are aware यार. मतलब we guys can discuss among each other. और अगर आपको आना है तो मैसेज करिए. I will share the link as well if people are open to come on, especially United fans. Harry Maguire will be the man of the match for Liverpool. ऋषिकेश पढ़ लिया आपका मैसेज फाइनली. Come on, इतना भी पढ़ मत दो, लेकिन हाँ एब्सोल्युटली मैं सुन रहा हूँ आपकी बात. आप क्या बोलने चाह रहे हो? यूजी हम आएंगे. अमर, by the way, yes, people watching, we will be back on Almighty Blues Cricket tomorrow. We are live, and do check out Almighty Blues Cricket. There's a lot of content there also. It's just a press of a button. The link is in the first line of the description. Almighty Blues Cricket. Do subscribe. It helps for sure. And I hope everyone has liked the stream by now so that we can have more people. Come on. We are having just under 20 people. At least यार हम डबल कर सकते हैं इस नंबर को. Let's like, share so that we are having more people in the house and we can discuss more as well. Villarreal literally beat two beasts, but beating Liverpool will be too much. I'll be supporting Liverpool. Whoever I support loses. Big brain. Okay, interesting. बहुत सारे interesting comments आ रहे हैं आज by the way. I want Villarreal, but हम आएंगे उस पर. Certainly, Champions League top आएंगे. Let's see. And City will win the league. Well, not surprised, yeah. BTEX, आप City fan, I'm pretty sure. Lekin, I think just talking about the game as well. Again, I don't know. I think एक piece मैं बोलना चाहूँगा. मैं खुद ही यार Almighty Blues FC में I have said that Thiago has not been the player he was at Bayern Munich. But I think I would like to change it because last few weeks में जो Thiago ने दिखाया है, especially when Henderson has not been in form and Keita as well, both of them have really stood up, and that performance against Man City in the FA Cup semi-final was something else. So Thiago मेरे लिए will be the main weapon for Liverpool yet again, and yes, it will be Manchester United midfield जो चाहेगी कि यार वो Thiago को रोके. और कैसे रोकेंगे? For me, Matic is a must. Matic, आप फाउल करो, कुछ भी करो, tactical foul बोलते हो. Matic is a must for Manchester United कल, and that's my prediction. Again, Manchester United fans, आप बोलिए, what would Rangnick do? Would he continue with that three-man attacking midfield, kind of personnel जो डिफेंड करे? I don't know. मुझे नहीं लगता Rangnick को खिलाना चाहिए Matic को. Matic is a must. Or would you go with 5 at the back? Go with 5 at the back, and maybe Lindelof kind of is an extra protector. Eric Bailly जो pace रखता है against Mane or Diaz, probably him coming in, it'll probably be good, right? I don't know. That is one call, but again, we have to also speak about United midfielder Bruno Fernandes. Yes, Bruno Fernandes unfortunately had an accident. Yes, on the way to I think training, he had an accident, but I think Rangnick has confirmed that he is fit. He did train. So again, good. You never want to watch, as an injured players, especially in such a big game. So good to see that Bruno Fernandes is at least going to play. That's what you would expect. If he's fit, even the 90%, let's be honest, Bruno Fernandes खेलेगा. लेकिन क्या changes लाएगा Ten Hag? The fact that वो news आ गई है, how will it rattle or how will it boost the players who are getting ready for this big game? Because I think let's actually share my screen as well, because yes, Manchester United are just having a window of hope. वो अभी fourth proper आ सकती है. I don't think there's a chance. There's a real possibility. That's what I would say. Manchester United, check out. तो अभी they're literally equal on points with Arsenal, एंड टॉटनम खाली 3 पॉइंट आगे है. हाँ, नो गोल डिफरेंस काफी अच्छा है उनका, बट आई थिंक इट्स अबाउट 4 पॉइंट डिफरेंस इज व्हाट यू वुड काउंट. Considering your fixtures here, I think it is good. Manchester United are in a real position, so that gives an extra edge this match. Ko. Not that it did not have, the rivalry already here. That is something that you'll already say, right? Let's see the fixtures of Manchester United and Liverpool quickly. यहाँ पर तो Manchester United का what do you have? Okay, you have of course Liverpool tomorrow, then Arsenal. We are also playing. Chelsea is playing as Arsenal. I think just a couple of days from now. By the way, we will be live on Wednesday evening as well on Almighty Blues FC for that game with a great panel, hopefully. But yes, Manchester United play Chelsea. So they have 3 huge games coming up. बहुत बड़े games. And then Brentford, Brighton, okay. They are kind of more doable. वो एक scenario होगा जब तक वो safe होगी totally. So I think it'll be easy for them later on. लेकिन ये next 2 weeks crucial है. Not just the announcement of Ten Hag, not just basically जो हुए उनके contract situation में. Paul Pogba क्या होगा? He got booed off despite their victory. As in, do you think it was fair? Absolutely not. I don't agree with that even as an opposition. तो मुझे लगता है Manchester United, well, they have to sort out a few issues on the pitch, off the pitch as well. Next 2 weeks crucial है उनके next season के लिए. Liverpool on the other hand, आप देखो, they have to play Everton, Newcastle, Spurs. So considerably, I think, easier fixtures here. So you would say that Liverpool, they can still afford to drop 2 points tomorrow and still be in the race. Lekin I think Man City, being so close, a chance hai. I think a draw. Not, I think, not saying that Liverpool lose karegi to theek hai, but as a draw also would put Liverpool in the first position. I know an extra game khel legi, but I think that's what I would say. Well, please pick that comments, Fred. Let's see. Ask bro, what will be the role of Fred in Ten Hag era? Yes. Good question here, Fred. Thank you for that question. Absolutely. Now, Fred is not a DM. Fred is not a DM, period. For Brazil, if you see, Fred is actually a proper, as a player who plays box to box, who actually plays a playmaker. He's a proper left footer. So I think with Ten Hag, they'll probably be rotating between Fred and Donny van de Beek. That's what I would say. But you have to get in a proper DM in place. Or that is something that Manchester United are working on. As Manchester United fans, anyone in the house, on YouTube as well, who do you think is the best bet for Manchester United as the DM? मैंने बोला था पिछले स्ट्रीम में कि why don't they go for Ryan Gravenberch? They don't need a DM. They can probably go with the 2, kind of pivot situation like Chelsea जैसे गई थी, and then maybe slowly but surely sign someone. But Gravenberch, I know great goal he scored, but I think now that goal bhi mara hai, I think he will probably go to a Real Madrid or some other club, and that's what I feel. Bayern Munich is probably the club for Gravenberch, is what I'm feeling. Like, वो मेरा gut feel है. Barca going to win Europa League, self damage. Well, Archman, come on, बदमाशी नहीं करते. Manchester is neither blue nor red. Ankit bhai, the Bruno, yes, he got into the accident. जैसे मैंने बोला है, absolutely, that is something that I'm just happy that he's okay, not serious at all. Joke है, absolutely भाई, पता है joke था, कोई नहीं. Okay, Ralph Rangnick said 6 Liverpool players were under him in different teams, and that shows how similar his and Klopp's football is. What a joke. Well, Matata United, let's be honest, Ralph Rangnick को पहले दिन से chance ही नहीं मिला था. He didn't even get the chance. He was given a situation, a stopgap situation. तो मुझे नहीं लगता players will respond to that as much. So I don't think it's fair to compare, but I hear you absolutely. Klopp has gone a different level after that, right? Okay, we have 8744 in the house. Big up. Thank you for joining, Arpan. Again, thoughts. I know that you just released a video as well on your channel. People to check it out on your thoughts about Ten Hag to United. But what do you think are the major changes that Ten Hag will bring? Will he bring that Dutch mentality? Will he bring those Dutch players? Any Ajax players do you see directly fitting in Manchester United? Gravenberch, as much as I would like to see him in the Premier League, not United, because I love that player. And I would actually say that he's probably going to Bayern Munich. Anthony, but Mason Greenwood is back. I don't know. I am not having great feeling about that. What do you think about Mason Greenwood? Mason Greenwood being back in Manchester United, वो allow करा जा रहा है. I don't know why. I don't know whether it's his partner जिन्होंने वापस ले लिया case or whatever be it. लेकिन if he's back, he'll play. And if he plays, him and Elanga are there for the right wing. I don't think Manchester United need a player on that right wing. So not even Anthony. Maybe right back if they kind of convince Mazraoui to not go to Barca, but I think that will probably happen now that Azpilicueta nahi ja raha hai Barca. So I know 8744, you are a Barca fan. Do let me know what do you think about Mazraoui. What's a better fit? I know that he probably is imminently going to Barca, but what's a better fit? Is it Manchester United or Barca? So who's that DM that Manchester United are going to get? What are the changes that Ten Hag will bring? Would love to hear from any United fans. Why Liverpool is going for Gavi? Well, they might go BTEX. The fact that I think they are having their midfield, finally they have to change something because Keita, he's done very well, but he's not your long-term Liverpool player who's a starter. मेरे ख्याल से Thiago has been brilliant, but वो injury prone है, so they need someone else also to kind of cover. क्योंकि हाँ लास्ट सीजन आप देखे थे जब इंजरीज हुए थे बहुत सारे दे हैड अ बैड टाइम राइट सो मेरे ख्याल से गावी नोइंग लिवरपूल जो यंगस्टर्स काइंड ऑफ फिलॉसफी है नाउ दे ट्राइंग फॉर यंगस्टर्स क्योंकि अभी काफी सारे प्लेयर्स हैं उनके हायर 20s इन टर्म्स ऑफ एज तो मेरे ख्याल से गावी वुड बी अ ग्रेट फिट बट ही इज नॉट गोइंग पीरियड गावी इज नॉट लीविंग बारसा ही इज अ प्रॉपर Barca fan, Barca, as he's a Catalonian, put it that way, right? Well, no problem, bro. Anytime. I am disappointed in players. I'm disappointed in the fans. What they did was unacceptable. I started to follow Barca since 2015 or 2016. Okay, interesting. If Greenwood isn't guilty, then it's fine. Well, if he's not guilty, but come on, I mean, the pictures are quite evident. There has to be something to it. You don't have, as in a fire without nothing, right? So, not surprising as Greenwood is English. No comments there. I heard Mazraoui is more interested in Bayern. Okay, interesting. Thank you, Arpan, share karne ke liye. Because yes, I thought Mazraoui to Barca is imminent now that Aspi is not going to Barca from what it seems like. So again, who is going to Barca then? Because Barca definitely need a right back. No? That'll be very interesting. Is Araujo your long-term right back? I don't think so. With Christensen going, maybe. If he's not guilty, then can't say anything about him coming back. हम जीत नहीं सकते. Okay, Mazraoui is going to Bayern or Barca. Okay, thank you again, Tilak. From where I get football news and updates, well, Jesse, first of all, thank you for tuning in. Firstly, follow us on social media. It's Almighty Blues FC, Almighty Blues FC on Twitter, Almighty Blues FC on Instagram, and Almighty Blues FC on YouTube. We will try and bring you as much football updates as possible. Of course, me as a person on social media, मैं खुद follow करता हूँ from a lot of big accounts. So maybe I retweet, you get a lot of news as well, or maybe you can follow those accounts as well. Jesse, so first of all, do follow me, and then we can have a conversation about it if you're not able to get that through. Absolutely, like just while I says, La Masia Kiddo proper guys, breaking news. Oh, really? Okay, I thought it was kind of not serious. Really sad if it's true, man. As in, wow, that's something really, as in, really sad if it's true. Again, I'm just checking out Cristiano's Insta. Oh yes, man, really, really sad. As in, really sad. Thank you, Atharva, bringing that news for us. Again, check it out. Jesse, I think you just saw that. You get breaking news because of people जो join करते हैं, वो लोग हमारे साथ news share करते हैं. But yeah, very unfortunate for Ronaldo. Now that has happened, I am not sure, man. As in, maybe he'll play and he'll dedicate it to the baby. But for me, really, really sad news for Ronaldo. The things that he's gone through, man. Trust me, that people kind of take him for granted. But again, he's human, and that's what kind of shows. Unfortunate situation for United as well in this kind of timing. Let's see. As in considering this, totally leaving it to Ronaldo what he does in the next couple of days. But again, condolences and thoughts with the family totally there, right? Really sad. Atharva, again, thank you for sharing that. Would you play Phil Jones and Matic together in midfield against Liverpool to stop Thiago? Well, really left field option Phil Jones. मैं तो भूल ही गया था वो है, लेकिन Phil Jones नहीं. I think the pace that he's not got the pace of the Premier League in the least recent games. मैं नहीं risk करूँगा. I will just play Matic. And I think go with a 5-man midfield. मैं तो proper double decker, triple decker bus कर दूंगा and then hit on the counter. You have Sancho, you have Rashford, you have Lingard. These are options always of the bench as well, right? So okay, Dest will get some time and a left back will surely be signed. Okay, interesting. So Barca fans, are you happy with Dest? I'm not too sure about that. You look like a teen in an animated profile pic. If that's to me, well, thank you. I'll take that as a compliment. Uh, well, that's what animations bring you. Eric Blue in the house. Big up, bro. Long time no see. Absolutely great. Yes, absolutely very sad news, but great to have Eric Blue, of course. Again, Eric Blue, do DM me if you want to come on. I can share the link. Do DM me in case you're free. Certainly, would like to see your reaction as an opposition fans about Ten Hag news and just about this game. And yes, there's a Chelsea Arsenal game coming through that we will be streaming as well. We'll be live day after tomorrow for that. But देखते हैं अभी के लिए यार we are discussing United and Liverpool and transfer news as well. Exactly, very sad, and rest in peace to baby. And here, everyone, please like, share, and subscribe to Almighty Blues FC. Thank you, Blograna Hut. Every like, every subscription, and every share helps. Every stream, that's a drill, and that's the reality of it. Aap chaho ya nahi chaho, that's something that I would like to have, because it's not just an Almighty Blues FC, by the way. Almighty Blues cricket, yes, we are doing a lot there. Yes, that's just playing good, okay, but starter long run ke liye, I'm not still sure. Yes, prayers. Phil Jones knows very well what this match means to the fans and will give his all. Good point, but again, big, huge risk. Yes, Abologe Ragnick has nothing to lose, so why not take the risk? That's a good shout. But again, I think a better option would be you're at Anfield, so go with your tried and tested, but have that extra man in defense or extra DM or get your attackers off the bench. Danny Alves can groom him to become the best. Well, he has another couple of months, but next year, bologe, Danny Alves will probably play. So not bad. Not happy with this, but he didn't get much game time yet. Again, Dest is injury prone as well. So what do you think about that? That's some kind of an issue I would also feel, right? Dest is playing with both Traore and Dembele. Yeah, Depay starting today. Your views? Okay, thank you. Yes, good question. As a Dutch fan, if you know it, that's why the question is coming. You know that Depay is one जो मैं बोल रहा था यार would probably be big at Barca, but unfortunately hasn't worked out for him. Great to see him starting. Great, absolutely great if he's starting, and that's something that you would love as a person who kind of just follows Dutch football, or you can say that it'll probably give him a chance to prove himself to even get a move, because let's be honest, he's not going to be starting for Barca anytime soon unless Aubameyang does stinker in the next couple of months. Kessie and Christensen are done, so maybe Dest will be left back and Araujo right back, Eric and Christensen maybe centre back. It's my theory. वो अगर है तिलक theory, it's a good theory, absolutely, लेकिन मुझे नहीं लगता it is good enough for Champions League football. I'll be very honest with you. Eric Garcia is very good. Christensen is good, लेकिन दोनों साथ में मैं नहीं देखता हूँ. They'll be bullied at times, and that's my prediction. So PK has to extend एक और साल proper. How would you rate Chelsea season? Okay, Chelsea season. I think it hinges on the FA Cup. If अगर हम जीतते हैं FA Cup ना, I would say it is a very good season, and I'm not even kind of mincing my words. Very good season, because considering जो हुआ था with Ben Chilwell, with Reece James, we were forced to play at Wolves. Remember, despite बाकी लोगों को एक रेस्ट मिला था. Then we had that owners situation, which is still going on, which is not sorted technically yet. Considering everything and the way that we came out of the Champions League, really heartbreaking. I think if we get the FA Cup, very good. We have got the Super Cup, we have got the Club World Cup. It's an FA Cup, so technically it's a treble, but you know what I mean, right, Arpan? If we don't get the FA Cup, it's about average. As much as we have got our Club World Cup after so long that we always wanted, it's going to be average, and that's Chelsea standards. Traore will leave. I think Traore might not leave. वो sign करेंगे मेरे को लगता है, because the fact that Dembele भी है, so I think one of them will leave. Yeah, that I agree. He needs time to get gelled up in Xavi's system. I can't come on now, but I'm looking forward to my debut. Absolutely, bro. Anytime. Eric Blue, big up. Do DM me. Yes, we kind of mix it up between Hindi and English, but again, this stream is English, for example. We kind of mix it up based on the time that we're streaming as well. So if it kind of is in your time zone, certainly we'll do an English stream proper, because we do have international audience, and not only that, our local audience also loves it. I'm pretty sure. And again, people, if you love it, let's smash that like button, because yes, we are discussing the game as well. The conversation has moved to Barca automatically. Not that I expected that, but again, I think there are matches happening. Napoli is playing Roma. Napoli has scored a goal. It's Insigne who got an early penalty. Interesting. So Napoli, can they make a charge again on the Serie A title? I don't know. Interesting रहेगा वो काफी. लेकिन I think बारसा गेम अभी टाइम है यार, अभी और I think about 35 minutes है. तो मैं शेयर करने वाला हूँ लाइनअप, लेकिन उससे पहले Arsenal fans in shock. Okay, I did not actually Matata United. I did not. If you can just help me कि क्या बोला है Lacazette, that will certainly help. Do share. क्या है whatever it is, we will certainly discuss that. I'm not sure if I follow Lacazette. Let me just take a look at Lacazette. What क्या बोला है भाई उसने? Let's see. I don't know if he's tweeted about it or what. लेकिन yeah, I don't see any kind of tweets right now. But anyway, Matata United, if you can share, let's actually discuss about it. 8 for Chelsea season. Fair enough. I would give him the 9. Give them the 9 because again, it depends on FA Cup. Carabao का final भी था, याद करिए. Araujo and Christensen can work. Kun is planning to come back like Eriksen. Wow, is that for real? Let's see. As in he's trying. That's what मैं सुनाऊं. Feeling extremely sad. Yes, you can't lose 3 FA Cup finals in a row. Yeah, absolutely. If that happens, I don't know, man. Mason Mount, though, he's lost many finals, but again, a lot of finals that we've been losing as well. We don't talk about it much, but that's a reality. We lost 2 Carabao Cup finals. We lost 2 FA Cup finals recently. So I think it's high time that we win an English Cup. It's high time, trust me. And not that Liverpool will be easy. Absolutely not. Luke will leave this summer. Yeah, that is looking likely. If not Depay, it'll be Luke. One of them for sure. Chelsea will win FA Cup. Whoever wins FA Cup must. Liverpool must not win. Top 4 of EPL for you. Okay. So again, people, you checked out the poll there. So for me, it really hinges on the next week. Next week में जो होने वाला है, मैंने fixture share किए थे. So for me, it's going to be Manchester United. Yes, you heard it here first. मेरे लिए टेन हाग की जो न्यूज आई ना, टाइमिंग जो है वो लीकेज हुआ है प्रॉपर सोच समझ के, और it will be there to give United players a boost, and maybe you never know, in this week he might even speak to some United players offline and maybe tell them that okay, we want you to do this, etc. Ragnick का आपने देखा first 2 हफ्ते there was basically a new manager bounce first 2 weeks, and these are the most important week for Manchester United. So for me, I can see again, I'll come to the prediction. Liverpool versus Manchester United. Guys, you heard it here. I am looking at it as a draw. It is going to be a score draw, and it's going to be a proper feisty of a game. मेरे ख्याल से Liverpool will score early, but Manchester United, Ronaldo will come back, hopefully for his baby if he plays. Let's see. Or Bruno Fernandes, one of them. And I can see that it will be a draw game, 1-1, or there will be a red card as well. I'm just calling it here. And you can say it will be enough for Liverpool, at least for the timing, to go top of the table because they have a better goal difference than City. But it may not be enough for them to win the league. That's just my call. Let's see. I'm hoping that I'm right. Let's see. 40 million for Traore is too much. Well, but again, Dembele bhi agar jaye, so I think will be short. So I think that's the reason I'm saying that, right? Laka wants to leave Arsenal as he misses European football and is in talks with many teams. Talking about predictions again, Arsenal, I think they'll get some European football. They might just get some European football. I think if you finish 6th, you will get some European football. और मुझे लगता है क्योंकि West Ham, as much as वो madness कर रही है यूरोपा लीग में, for me, आप देखो जब भी मैच है यूरोपा लीग के बाद में, they have, I think only thrice they have won out of all the matches they've had after Europa League. So West Ham will still drop more points. तो इसीलिए मेरे ख्याल से yes, as much as Arsenal के fixture बहुत difficult है, I think they'll just edge over West Ham and they'll finish 6th. So there will be some European football, लेकिन वो enough रहेगा. I'm not too sure about Lacazette there. Let's see. We have to win the FA Cup. Absolutely, man. All our focus has to be there, and we have to get ready. Our team, our formations, whatnot for that FA Cup, which is not too far from now. So let's be ready, Chelsea. Okay, absolutely. Yes, Devansh, very, very sad. He won't play. I don't think the tweet said that. Let's see. Yes, there's a privacy that he's asked for. Let's see. As in, probably you can imagine, but it's a baby. Again, totally up to him. No comments there. Lekin, you can say maybe he'll just come knowing Ronaldo and just do it for his baby, knowing. But again, very sad. Do you believe in Javi tactics? Navjot? There is a tactic for sure. I think मैंने सादिक भाई ने discuss किया था previously that basically when they are having to play kind of without the ball, they are proper for the back. But they are with the ball, then one person adds in midfield, or so that they are having that extra person in midfield to kind of do that tiki taka passing, which we know Barca does. और फ्रेंकी डियोंग जो ओवरलैप करते हैं, आई थिंक दैट्स आल्सो अ टैक्टिक. सो देयर आर सर्टेन टैक्टिक्स व्हिच आर वर्किंग more than basically what it worked or did not work under Koeman, for sure. Let's be honest about it. Or they have done a madness. I know the transfers have helped, lekin also they have some Achilles heel in Dani Alves, in Jordi Alba, kind of people that they are making do with. So आप बोलोगे tactics, so certainly I believe in it, लेकिन हाँ, I will not say that they are out of the world or they'll kind of do a Zidane in what Zidane did in Champions League next season. मैं उतना नहीं बोलूँगा, लेकिन they will be there or thereabouts. Liverpool can treble, they can also end up not winning anything. Yeah, they have already won the Carabao Cup, unfortunately. Chelsea ने allow किया, I'll be very honest about it. But again, we have to give it to Liverpool. Yeah, but you're right. Champions League, अभी भी 3 knockout games है technically. That is crucial for them. FA Cup, we are so motivated than ever. I know it as a matter of fact. Plus, it's Liverpool as well, जिनके साथ हम जीते नहीं हैं of late in knockout competition. So मेरे लिए, it will be certainly a big deal for them, but quite possible, Pete. That's absolutely possible. Do you think Liverpool looks like a better team to win the UCL as compared to City? Okay. मेरे लिए, Aritra, as much as I would like to say yes, because that is what you would think a Klopp kind of formation, kind of play brings. लेकिन आप देखो भाई, Inter Milan beat them, Benfica scored 3 against them. Yes, they had the tie in the bag, लेकिन that is the difference between them and Man City. Man City, the same thing against Sporting Lisbon, they didn't give it away. तो आप बोल सकते हो मैन सिटी वो मेंटालिटी ज्यादा लाई है इस बार कंपेयर टू लास्ट सीजन. तो आई थिंक नेक टू नेक, प्रॉपर नेक टू नेक. इसीलिए मैंने एक्चुअली प्रेडिक्ट भी किया रित्र भाई that it will be Liverpool City final, and that's just my prediction. I might be wrong. Let's see. Yes, absolutely. Maybe more important, but again, totally up to Ronaldo, man. As in, really sad. Again, it's big news. Manchester United have had 2 big news today. I don't know how they take it. Really difficult kind of news for the coach as well. United can win this. I have a gut feeling. I don't know why. Tilak. Okay, interesting. Again, maybe the news will kind of boost them. Only you can stop Liverpool from winning the treble. Matata, crossing my fingers, because हमने last season Man City को भी किया था, आपको याद है तो. Maybe it's in us, but that's not a motivation. Like I think Tuchel said, it's not about others' trophies. He doesn't care. It's about us, and this young team of Chelsea needs to win an English Cup. They can't be getting another heartbreak, please. No, it will not happen. This is not going to happen. We'll make sure it will not happen. Let's put it that way. Okay, Dembele will not. मैं बहुत पीछे हो लगता है comments में अभी भी. Strength to Cristiano family, absolutely. DC, do you believe? Yeah, I've taken this. Talk is going on. Dembele, he wants to extend. Yes, लेकिन अभी तक हुआ नहीं है, तो let's see. It'll be one of them. Well, let's see. Obviously, he won't play. Again, looks like it. He won't play Rajesh, absolutely. Lekin again, we leave it to the family now. If Wolves are open to a swap deal for Traore, the Barca would look to offload Longley or Ricky Puig. Okay, interesting. Quarterfinals of UCL next season, Navjot. Interesting question. Very interesting question, Navjot. Thanks for the question. मैं देखता हूँ नॉकआउट में, राउंड ऑफ 16 में, बट इट डिपेंड्स ऑन द ड्रॉ. आई नो आई एम सिटिंग ऑन द फेंस फॉर अ चेंज, लेकिन मुझे लगता है वेरी डिफिकल्ट टू कॉल दिस पॉइंट इन टाइम. लेट मी एक्चुअली टेल यू बाय द स्टार्ट ऑफ नेक्स्ट सीजन, राइट? बट सर्टनली अभी के लिए मैं बोलूंगा दे सर्टनली विल गेट इन द राउंड ऑफ 16. इतना मैं बोल देता हूँ. What happens if West Ham and Leicester win Europa competitions? Okay, exactly. So if they are winning the Europa competition, so again they will be there next year as well, from what I understand, right? 87-4, and that is where I think there might be a miss for the team in 6th position. You're right, absolutely. But again, do I expect West Ham and Leicester winning? We'll come to that because हम stream करने वाले हैं proper without those before those games, so I won't give it away. Let's see, and that's the reason maybe you got in between the lines 87 for what I'm saying. 75 likes, guys. Let's see कितने हुए हैं. Come on, as in 100 likes था actually target. तो अभी हम पीछे ही है, बहुत पीछे है, to be very honest about it. So let's actually every stream में let's get into 100 likes. I know ये टाइमिंग थोड़ा अलग हो गया आज. अगेन कमेंट करिए भाई, जो भी देख रहा है, what is the preferred time that you want me to stream? I would love to actually follow that time so that I have more watchers. We are building a community. We are kind of having a conversation here on, right? I mean, do comment. That will be great to actually know what time you like the stream. Absolutely. Do you see Barca? मैंने ले लिया already. With a number 9, like say Lukaku would have helped more City than you guys would have flopped. Lukaku ka, I think main problem was his mentality. I don't think he came with the right mentality. Let's put it that way. So I think Lukaku is not a great example. लेकिन यार obviously City, you can argue that a floating striker, maybe Ferran Torres अगर रहते तो they would have been a much better situation. That's my call. He would have played their false nine better than what they would have, than what they have, right? Dembele ka agent, Dembele wants to say okay. Barca currently linked with AC Milan striker named Rafa. Okay, it's Leao. It's a Portuguese. He's a great kind of acquisition. Agar wo mile, AC Milan. I think Rafael Leao is doing a madness in the Portuguese team in AC Milan. Again, as an AC Milan fan as well, I would say कि यार नहीं जाओ यार, आप वहीं रहो. AC Milan needs to build. Don't let your best players go, but he'll go probably. But I'm not sure. बारसा में I don't know वो लेफ्ट फॉरवर्ड जैसे खेलता है. लेफ्ट फॉरवर्ड में they already have Ansu Fati है. Aubameyang can play there. They have Ferran Torres. मुझे नहीं लगता यार he should go. Will he start? Maybe, probably not. Do you think Rudiger will extend? Real Madrid के टॉक्स वापस में बढ़ गए. आई डोंट नो मैन. मतलब मैं भी चाहता हूँ, लाइक मैं चाहता था सचिन तेंदुलकर मेरे घर में रहे. चाहने से कुछ नहीं होता. तो रियल मैड्रिड चाहे, मुझे लगता है अगर चेल्सी की ओनरशिप होती है सॉर्ट आउट नेक्स्ट 2 हफ्तों में, दैट इज द फर्स्ट थिंग वो लोग करेंगे. रूडिगर को साइन करो भाई, वो अलग ही लेवल है. द मोमेंट रूडिगर स्कोर्ड अ गोल नेक्स्ट मैच से यू सॉ चेल्सी हाउ वी डिड. नॉट अ कोइंसिडेंस एट ऑल. Okay, Griezmann is still in our books. Oh, interesting. Yes, मैं भूल गया था. Being a Barca fan, I agree with you. Barca get clubs like Chelsea, City, etc., then it'll be hard. Absolutely. I believe if Liverpool will EPL City will not let them in the Champions League. Let's see. Villarreal भी है उसके पहले. Navjot, very difficult that as well. Okay, don't you think people are underestimating Real Madrid against City? अभी तो नहीं. The comeback things. By the way, people, we do solo short videos as well. Please do check them out. Time nikalkar, because yes, I try and keep it to 9 to 12 minutes so that you guys have some fun as well as get some information and put in my views. Comment your views, because हमने actually review किया था वो match भी, Real Madrid against Sevilla away. Wow, what a game! So I think Real Madrid कोई मैं तो underestimate नहीं कर रहा हूँ. Who do you want? But again, City, just the madness they're doing जो Atletico Madrid के साथ की ना, they are more ready. That's why मैंने बोला City. Do you want to leave? Okay, who do you want to leave Chelsea this summer? 8744, I had gone on record. I had put up my hand saying that Werner, I had said that he'll probably leave. Ruben Loftus-Cheek, he'll probably leave. Callum Hudson-Odoi, he'll probably leave. These are the 3 players I had said that they should leave. Lukaku, as much as I would say yes, but I would still like basically Lukaku to get his mentality right. Try, man, for some time. I know it's not going to be fitting in. It's wishful thinking, but it's just a Lukaku story. For me, Werner, I will give him a second chance if he's able to get that FA Cup. If he gets the winner of the FA Cup, let's put it that way. I'll keep Werner because he's done a madness in the last 3 weeks. But 3 weeks, is it enough? No, man. Come on. People have short-term memory loss. 18 months. What has he done? Trust me, Werner is probably playing for a move. I'll be very honest about it. And that's what I really feel. And I'm really happy that he's doing great. Don't take me otherwise, Chelsea fans. I want Chelsea to win, but I'm just being real here. Barca squad is universe constantly expanding. मैं नहीं जाने वाला, Advay. I know that you are also about to go. 1 million subscribers of Chelsea winning the FA Cup. Come on, bhai. Come on. Like, we have got so many cups. We didn't have any subscribers, whatnot. I don't think. Okay, let's put it that way. 1 million subscribers, maybe not now, but in the future. Abhi ke liye FA Cup de do. I'll take the FA Cup right now. And I'm very honest about it. After UCL final, सब लोग good evening बोल रहे होंगे. क्या पता एमरी के हो जाए. Let's see, man. वो एक it'll be like what Mourinho did with Porto. I think even better. What brilliant achievement होगा अगर वो करे. That is something Champions League में काफी दिन हो गए when we got an underdog and winning the Champions League. I wish that happens. Not even an underdog, man. It is not underestimated Real. It is a defense that can't cope with City. Yeah, but they do have Benzema. City don't lose once they take lead, and Real Madrid are comeback kings. Absolute banger of a match. That's respect, man. A Barca fan commenting this, respect. And I know that's real, comment there. 1 million any day. The way it's going, Chelsea will play 10 FA Cup finals in the next 5 years. चलो दे दो भाई अदवाई आप ला दो मेरे लिए 1 million subscribers कहीं से. But yes, I'm absolutely loving the fact that Just Vaila loves the short videos. Thank you for that. Lots of info within a few minutes, and we try to make it very watchable as well. Trust me on that. Give me a chance. Give me a chance, people. I know बहुत बार होता है, मैं खुद बहुत fan हूँ बहुत बड़े channels का, but that's a mindset, right? And you might have seen my videos maybe 6 months ago. Don't judge on that. Hopefully you guys watch those videos and do like, share and subscribe as well. But coming back to the game again, okay, AC for title. Interesting. Let's see. I won't like to jinx it abhi. What about today Barca match? चलो उसके बाद कर लेते हैं, because it's going to start in about 20 minutes. So मैं यहाँ पर शेयर करने वाला हूँ लाइनअप्स. बार्सिलोना कहाँ है भाई? ये रहा. अच्छा, कम ऑन. तो बार्सिलोना दे आर प्लेइंग लॉन्गले. क्या ही तो बोले यार, लॉन्गले खेल रहा है. वहीं पर it kind of gave it away what I'm thinking about. लेकिन अगेन बारसा कंसीड करेगी आज. गार्सिया और लॉन्गले क्लीन शीट नहीं रखने वाले. सर्जिनियो डेस्ट भी है, याद रखो. तो आज कंसीड करेगी, पक्का कंसीड करेगी. लेकिन गावी, बुस्केट्स एंड डियोंग प्लेइंग वेरी गुड. पेड्री होपफुली गेट्स बैक सून. आई डोंट नो, किसी को मालूम है व्हेन इज पेड्री बैक. मेम्फिस डिफाई प्लेइंग अगेन, वो स्ट्रगल करेंगे इन फ्रंट ऑफ गोल, लेकिन फरान टोरेस गोल मारेगा. सो आई फील दैट it's a good game for them, क्योंकि opposition are also going for it. 4-4-2. So it'll be interesting. High scoring game rahega. Not a 3-2. Not a 3-2. I would go for a 3-1 aaj. So they will still score 3 goals because they're having people on the bench. Barca are having a lot of options on the bench. What about Lord Brathwaite? Imagine wo aake maar de goal. Adama Traore, Aubameyang, Luke D Goat hai. So options काफी है. So I think Barca 3 goal मार देगी, and I think it'll be 1 goal that they'll concede as well for sure. आप comment करिए certainly. Big up Ankit bro, CFC Fahim in the house. Big up bro, always good to have you. People do check out CFC Fahim, especially Chelsea fans. Big shout out to him for sure. Ankit Bhaiya, your short videos are awesome. With time will get better. Absolutely. Again, we are always open to feedback, like I say, right? Always open. My DMs are open. It's Almighty Blues FC on Twitter, Almighty Blues FC on Instagram, and people who DM me know that I always reply to your DMs as well, more or less. I hope he comes back. New subscriber, Navjot, thank you. Thanks a lot. Or I hope we get lots more, because yes, we are going to discuss in this week a lot of football. We are going to have a live stream on cricket as well, by the way, on Almighty Blues Cricket tomorrow. Before the game, we will go live an hour before the game. Yes, RCB is playing, but it's a fan channel also for everyone to see. We cover a lot of franchises, not just RCB. And day after tomorrow on this channel, Almighty Blues FC will be live again, or in between, we'll try and release a video for you all as well with latest news. And maybe Barca ka match karegi, who knows, right? Pedri is out for rest of the season. Oh, okay. I didn't know that, Tilak bhai. I thought he's out for at least like 3 to 4 weeks, but out for the season. Really, really bad news for that for Barca fans. But again, Gavi, he needs to be fit. He had a great match, I think. That match, I know they were ousted, लेकिन I think वो अच्छा मैच था यार. गावी अच्छा खेले. Lucknow must win tomorrow. First time my city has a franchise. Okay, अब लखनऊ से हो. Interesting. मुझे पता नहीं था. आर्य नाम है ना आपका? Blogger on heart, please comment. मैं भूल गया शायद आर्य. But anyway, good to actually know that. लेकिन यार RCB का मैच है. Come on. I won't comment there much. We'll come to cricket tomorrow. But yes, again, people, come on. Why are we sitting on 66 likes? I thought we will at least get to 75 likes, if not 100. No, let's get to 75 likes. Before ending the stream, I'll obviously speak a little bit more about this match. That is, we are previewing Manchester United at Anfield. See, for me, it's all about basically, United's defense, how many they will concede. If they are able to concede only one, मैं देखता हूँ, like I said, United scoring. That's what I would say. और मैं देखता हूँ United will change something. Yes, they have failed to register a win at Anfield in any competition since 2016, and have only found the back of the net once on their rivals' turf in their last 6 meetings. So something has got to give. Plus, जो news आई है regarding Ten Hag, regarding Ronaldo, maybe it will just motivate the team. That's what I feel like. Again, as a neutral, I would love a high-scoring draw. And again, not that मैं चाहता हूँ, Liverpool to lose or United to lose. But, as a neutral, you would love a high-scoring draw, if it's a high-scoring one, right? For sure. And of course, थोड़ा interesting रहेगा. Who will finish top 4? That will be interesting for the end of the season. If they get a draw, Liverpool will still go top, but with games, a game extra that they played. So that's going to be really interesting for me. Again, put in your comments, because yes, after the Norwich game, they need to be defending better for sure. Okay, Sadiq Bhai is in the house. Sadiq Bhai is late, but better late than never. Come on, Sadiq Bhai, big up. मैं यार एंडी करने वाला था, मैं सोचा सादिक भाई बिजी आज डिस्टर्ब नहीं करते.
नहीं उधर से अभी फिनिश हुआ था. I just said I'll definitely
नहीं पता था. कोई नहीं. Again यार, thanks a lot for joining. Big news यार आपके लिए. मतलब it was known, but the fact that firstly, as in sad news about Ronaldo, I think definitely. Yeah, that is something that, so again, the normal as in tendency is to think that he'll probably not play this game, but even if he does, I don't know, it'll kind of motivate the team to do well.
I mean, in the history of sport, I've seen many a times
कि
the great athletes, जब ऐसा कुछ होता है, तो they, and if they have an immediate match after that, they tend to take that match as a challenge or as a dedication to the lost loved one.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I was saying. It'll kind of boost them.
I've seen most of it happen when it's a parent that they have lost.
Yeah. Lampard ka yaad hai mujhe exactly what happened in the Champions League, right? So he actually was clearly, that extra bit of thing was there. Well, again, it's really unfortunate. We wouldn't wish that for anyone. But the fact that Ronaldo has actually put out a message is clear for me to say that maybe it'll kind of put him to the next level. But what about the Ten Hag news? And again, team will get affected for that, because I'm pretty sure Fabrizio ne bola hai, it's done and dusted. So how will the team be taking that? Ragnick, where is he now? And then what's going to change in the next couple of weeks?
I don't think so much is going to change from a team aspect, because anyways, the team was aware that Ralph is the coach in the interim, and he's the one who's probably going to be consulted in getting in the next coach as well. So structurally, I think most of it would be the same. It would remain in the same ballpark, because honestly speaking, if you ask me to analyze this game technically, I don't find any technical aspect where this current United team matches up to the Liverpool team by any stretch of the imagination.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I'm a United fan, but I have to be realistic here that structurally our team has got major flaws. It's got major gaps. There's a huge gulf between the two teams when it comes to structure and style of play.
Yeah.
Honestly, as a United fan, I would never want Liverpool to reach those 20 titles before we reach number 21 for that. I mean, as a matter of fact. But then again, I have to be realistic when I speak about a game prediction. So as a United fan, it looks a very, what do you say? A bleak prospect. I've not called it a bleak prospect, because I think most of the United fans are mentally prepared as to what's going to happen.
So again,
no lose proposition is there. Our team plays well, and it happens. And I think probably the players are also going in with that free mindset where they know that there is no pressure in from the fans this time around.
Yeah.
So that might, in a way, allow them to play more freely and maybe perform better than what they did in the first game. Because the first game, Ole's job was under pressure. United was expected to challenge for the title. I mean, there's a whole lot going on at that time. Right now, top 4 looks like, again, with the Spurs and Arsenal bottling the last few games, we have found that top 4 has become a possibility for United. But I don't think so it's that cut and dry, because Spurs are again ahead of us. They were in a really good vein of form prior to this last few games. I think they lost only one game, right? Or I think they drew one and lost one in the last. Ankit bhai, you're muted.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, exactly. So Spurs have actually done that. Well, the games that आप expect नहीं कर रहे थे वो जीतेंगे, they have won that, and the game that they actually expected them, they came back and lost. Well, they did almost what Burnley did the other end. So, but again, you're right. But technically, I think Spurs का goal difference भी है, so that will count for a point as well, right? Let me actually quickly check for me.
मतलब United का ऐसा कोई aspect है नहीं where the team is under any pressure at this moment to win against Liverpool in this game specifically. Yes, I know they will be under pressure when they play Chelsea because we had a draw with them. we'll be under pressure when we play Arsenal because the teams are pretty nearby. Arsenal is suffering from injury, so we'll be expected to perform well there. But specifically in this Liverpool game, I think the team will be not under that much of pressure, and that can sometimes allow the team to play better than what they actually are at the moment. But again, even saying that, currently I think the two best performing teams in all of Europe, if you ask me, are Real Madrid and Liverpool. And as a Barca and United fan, that's the most difficult thing for me to accept at the moment. But I have to.
But you genuinely think that? I know that in terms of results, in terms of just do
I'm talking about in terms of. Dekho, Ankit bhai, what I mentioned before also, this Madrid team gives me slight vibes of those late 2000 Chelsea teams where they used to manage to pull out results regardless of how they
winning mentality
winning mentality, or I would say the late 90s and the early 2000s United teams. I mean, if anyone comes and tells me to sit and watch games of those United teams, if I'm not a United fan, I would not be able to, because we used to play some dreadful games that we used to pull out in the end. True. I mean, the treble-winning Champions League final, if anyone sits and watches, it's an eyesore to watch for 90 plus 1 minutes. And the last 3 minutes, we got the 2 goals.
You know what? As in, you reminded me of certain things. Absolutely. Well, that's very well put. Because example jo diya na, see, that is the difference when it comes to basically teams which look good, who kind of आप expect करोगे will win leagues together versus teams जो actually जीतती है. और वही आई थिंक सिटी, मैं थोड़ा सा डिफर करता हूँ शादी में, क्योंकि सिटी जो दिखा रही है रिसेंट वीक्स में, आप देखो एटलेटिको मैड्रिड वाले गेम में भी they were backs against the wall in that second leg, but still they changed their game. That's what I'm saying. वो winning mentality जो है in terms of both in terms of football और एक proper रख रही है. I know FA Cup I wouldn't judge too much, honestly speaking, क्योंकि वो उनका first team नहीं था, as much as Liverpool deserved to win. लेकिन that's what I would say कि you probably did not see that from minute 1.
And despite that, they were able to bring the game in close by the end of it.
Yeah, that's also there.
I mean, honestly, Liverpool fans, Liverpool played a good game in the FA Cup semi-final. But as a whole, Man City were a one proper Sterling shot in the 92nd minute away from drawing that game.
Technically, you're absolutely right. But again, it's just the
if you go cricket, people will explain कि भाई यहाँ पे अच्छा हो गया, वहाँ पे अच्छा हो गया, ऐसे आपने सिस्टम बिल्ड किया, ऐसे लिवरपूल ने आउटप्ले किया. बट अगर उस तरीके से बात की जाए तो then Chelsea should be in the semi-final right now and not Real Madrid.
Yeah. See, that's why we love cup competitions.
End result, end goal matters.
Yeah, it does. And
उस तरीके से I would say कि and this game जो Atletico Madrid वाला था, that was a blessing as well as a curse for City. Because City lost its players to injury, but at the same time, जो एक City को कहते थे ना, they are mentally feeble. This game showed that they were willing to go toe to toe with the biggest bully in Europe at the moment. That is Atletico Madrid, physical bully, I mean.
Yeah, fair enough. लेकिन again, हम आएंगे वापस गेम पे. I know बारसा का मैच भी है. सादिक भाई is really busy man today with United news coming, बारसा match and क्या है तो बोलो, as it is बहुत busy रहते हैं. लेकिन हाँ, Son again, Real Madrid, there is a lot of reports going that Real Madrid might just go for Son next season. Again, they have Vinicius on the left hand side. Do you actually see that, or is it just a story?
Honestly, if they're going for Son and then they are being linked with other attacking players, I am afraid to say that Florentino Perez is probably doing the early 2000s mistake again.
Yeah, exactly. I was going to come to the exactly same thing. Because we remember how that team was looking and how it turned out.
There are a bunch of young under 23 underrated centre backs and central midfielders available in the French league who can come in and do a very good job for Real Madrid, who will be available not at that high a cost.
Yeah.
And at the same time, they will fill in so many holes for Real Madrid for the future, 8 to 10 years. But if they are being linked with all these attacking players, and see, we are saying that Luka Modric is aging like a fine wine, agreed. But when you are at that elite level and you are not showing signs of age, you never know when that one season will come where you'll suddenly dip. All the greats
Yeah.
who have played it for a long time, they have hit that peak. I mean, they've sustained that peak for like 36, 37, 38 years of age, and then suddenly one season they go down. So you have to
Yeah.
have a backup for that, which
I think it's probably season by season, right? For Real Madrid right now, I think that's probably the best way to look at it. Because even Carlo Ancelotti, he's not your as a long term looks like it, right?
yeah. But
So,
then I will say that again. I've said it on every podcast that I've been on.
mhm.
What Madrid fans don't realize is Ancelotti is setting Madrid's offense up for the next 10 seasons. He has unlocked Vinicius earlier in the season, and now he's unlocking Rodrigo mentally in the second half of the season.
Yeah,
You
Rodrigo was in super.
Being a Brazil fan, I've had my eyes on these two boys for the last 2 years.
Pretty sure. Yeah.
These two boys are the issue with them is never their physical talent and never their skill. The issue with them has always been up here. You unlock them up here, they are demons on the two wings.
मतलब मैं बोलने वाला था यहाँ पर काले मत सलोट भाई, लेकिन मैं बेटर बोलूँ नहीं.
No. Ankit bhai, in terms of talent, no match to Callum Hudson-Odoi. Callum Hudson-Odoi's talent was part talent, part it was built up by the English media as well.
पता नहीं यार, मतलब एकेडमी मैं बहुत क्लोजली फॉलो किया हूँ. एकेडमी के दिनों में लग रहा था यार, ही इज रियली, बट अगेन इट्स इजी टू से व्हेन यू आर वाचिंग द एकेडमी, दैट्स आल्सो पार्ट ऑफ द पार्सल, राइट? लेकिन हाँ, coming to Manchester United, and before the Barca match starts, I think quickly I'll get in a couple of Manchester United questions. Erik Ten Hag, मतलब surely he'll make a lot of changes. I know it's early days, लेकिन the way आप देखे हो, जैसे Ajax मैनेज करता रहा है.
I would ask my fellow United fans, if Ten Hag keeps Maguire the captain, give him the time. Let Maguire, let Ten Hag build his team how he wants to build. See, when Xavi came into Barcelona, we were gunning for the head of Gerard Piqué at that time.
Mm-hmm.
But Xavi entrusted Gerard Piqué with the responsibility, and he has been perhaps our best player under Xavi.
And you know what, मैं तो इतना बोलूंगा सादिक भाई कि यार again there are talks यार, अभी right back situation अभी sort नहीं हो रही है बारसा के लिए, for example. Like again, for me, the fact that Christensen आ रहा है, it's not good, because I think you'll probably say कि Christensen, Eric Garcia है, and Araujo will probably play right back with Dest. लेकिन I think for me, PK has got one of them. Sergio Busquets is still one of them who has 12 महीने और. That's my call.
बारसा में पता है क्या है? बारसा में why do I feel Christensen? I think you know Christensen better than me.
Yeah.
His ball playing ability is definitely up there with some of the best.
Certainly, yes, I agree.
So now what happens? आपने देखा होगा what happened in the Frankfurt game was when we lost Gerard Piqué, we lost our second ball playing centre back.
Yeah.
Either you are so good defensively and you cover so much space defensively like a Ronaldo Araujo, that your slight lack of ball playing ability doesn't make that much of a difference because you bring so much else to the team. Varna, if you have two good ball playing centre backs, people sometimes tend to misunderstand Javi Mascherano when he was a centre back. Javi Mascherano was a very good player on the ball because he was a central defensive midfielder at the beginning of his career at West Ham and then at Liverpool. He later on became a converted centre back at Barcelona. So when in Barca's setup, if you have two ball playing centre backs, what that gives you is what was the problem in the last game was that they were cutting down outlets to Eric Garcia.
Mm-hmm.
You had to play the ball to Longley or to Araujo. Araujo was not able to progress the ball further ahead, to Oscar Mingueza. He was not able to play the ball ahead. Then you had, say, a Clement Longley in the game prior to that, if you see. So, Clement Longley I'm talking about the first leg of the Frankfurt matchup. Clement Longley was not able to play the cross balls. So, once you cut down that second extra centre back who can play the ball, you get that extra bit of time to organize your press.
Mm-hmm.
And Frankfurt is the best pressing team in Bundesliga this season, through the middle, especially through the middle. So if you allow them to do that, they cut down Sergio Busquets, they cut down Frankie de Jong, they cut down Pedri. And then and to make matters worse, Pedri also got injured. I mean, there was a whole host of issues in that game for Barca.
Seasons के बाहर हो गया क्या बस Pedri? I think comments में आ रहा कि he's out for the season.
No, actually, the thing is, the season is only 6 weeks long. Na? He's out for 8 weeks.
अच्छा. That's what I was.
I think only 6 weeks are left in the season, na?
या मैं वही बारसा मैच शुरू होने वाला है, तो मैं वही लगा रहा हूँ। आई डोंट नो सब तो
नहीं, मैं भी वही लगा रहा हूँ। आई एम आल्सो that one just on
तो
the
साथ में
side.
वॉच अलॉन्ग ही हो गया। चलो अच्छी बात है, चलो ग्रेट। बट हाँ, यहाँ पर अगेन ये वाला
नहीं,
बिग
ये अच्छी
क्वेश्चन
बात है
है।
अंकित भाई, because so far all my Barca watch alongs have been a win.
मैं लेकिन ये कंप्लीट नहीं करूंगा मैं, यहाँ तो थोड़े फॉर फ्यू मिनट्स है, बट अगेन होपफुली इट काइंड ऑफ कंटिन्यूज। लेकिन लाइक मैंने वो खुद बोला यार, मैं बारसा फैन हूँ नहीं। इस साल मैं ना जावी के अंडर जो देखा हूँ, आई एम लाइकिंग बारसा। आई नो बारसा हैज बीन ब्रिलियंट ओवर डेकेड, लेकिन आई हैव नेवर गॉट दैट लाइकिंग जो इस साल हुई है मेरे लिए, एंड दैट्स अ फैक्ट। आई एम जस्ट पुटिंग आउट देयर। टेन हाग अगर रोनाल्डो फिट नहीं होता, वो बोले कहाँ जाएगा रोनाल्डो? मतलब डू यू एक्चुअली सी दिस हैपनिंग नेक्स्ट सीजन?
अंकित भाई देखो, ये जो न्यूज आ रही है ना कि रोनाल्डो नॉट फिट और ये नहीं फिट, दे आर नॉट फ्रॉम वेरी ऑथेंटिक एंड वेरी
ऑब्वियसली
organized sources.
इजी जर्नलिज्म ना, इजी जर्नलिज्म आप बोलते हो। हाँ,
And if you see the way how Sebastian Haller plays, Haller का play style and Ronaldo का play style बहुत similar है. They are both in the box number 9s. They both don't track back that much.
yeah.
The thing is, in Ajax, the real pressing that happens up the forwards is being done by Dusan Tadic and Antony. I mean, we all rate Antony for his offensive skills. But if anyone has watched Antony, again, I've watched him in Brazil also. He is a relentless presser.
True,
वो कहते हैं ना, he is a, वो क्या कहते हैं, he's a Tasmanian devil. उस तरीके से वो प्रेस करता है. I was surprised watching him in the Brazil team. Him and Fred in the Brazilian team I've seen. ओहो, मजा आ जाता है उनका प्रेस देखने में. They are both so relentless.
Yeah, 100% agree.
So that's where the press comes from. In Ten Hag system.
यार नापोली का चांस गया यार। रोमा इक्वलाइज एंड फिनिश 1-1 हो गया। नापोली का गया, मतलब आई थिंक सीरिया इज बिटवीन इंटर मिलान एंड एसी मिलान।
Memphis. Oh, nice. Memphis had a shot within the first minute.
Not bad, लेकिन हाँ, what about यार मेम्फिस स्टार्टिंग, क्या थॉट्स? आई एम हैप्पी, यू नो व्हाई।
किस पे?
मेम्फिस स्टार्टिंग टुडे।
अरे
What are your
Memphis.
thoughts on that?
नहीं, in today's game he's needed. Actually, Memphis was needed even in the Frankfurt game, क्योंकि अगर आप फ्रैंकफर्ट के स्टैट्स देखो ना, उनका प्रॉब्लम क्या आता है? They are most vulnerable to direct runs and direct shots. Yeah. And Barca missed on those two things in that game. They got a lot of times, they got a chance to take shots from the edge of the box or just inside the box from a diagonal angle. And every time Barca tried going for that straight shot, that cute pass inside, वो पता मुझे कभी-कभी लग रहा था, I was watching 2006-07 Arsenal, watching Barca in that game, they were trying to go for that perfect inside pass.
Yeah. Okay, we have another United fan in the house. यार ये मतलब मैं ना स्ट्रीम इस टाइम शुरू करना चाहिए था एक्चुअली। 1.5 घंटा से बात कर रहा हूँ, फाइनली अभी आ रहे हैं लोग। Anyway, nice job चिन्मय सादिक भाई, आई थिंक हम मिले हो पहले, एक शो किया
हम लोग ने किया पहले।
So great to have you as well. Of course, बारसा का मैच चल रहा है। सादिक भाई तो ये दोनों यूनाइटेड का न्यूज और बारसा का मैच एंजॉय कर रहे हैं आज। लेकिन चिन्मय, फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल मैच जीते कि हारे आप? मैच खेल के आया ना एक?
No, we progressed to the second round, so वो अब कल होगा।
Nice.
But before we start anything, I don't know if I just came across, but sad news about Ronaldo.
Yeah, we shared it. Yeah, exactly.
It's very sad. I don't know if that puts his participation in tomorrow's match in doubt or something. Maybe he might get a day off or two. Maybe he might want to play and
almost goal by the way. Barcelona.
The elite mentality, but you never know. Kind of sad.
Yeah. Really sad news, that is again. But again, like you said, like Sadik bhai said earlier as well, sometimes these news, along with news जो हुआ था पहले, it might just tell the team, what importance is about playing every match, and anything can happen, right? That's life. Again, great to have Chinmay. So Chinmay, while we watch Barca taking that corner, what do you think about Ten Hag changes? We were talking about the changes. Sadik bhai is like pretty patient. He's like, okay, let him be whatever changes he makes, doesn't make. अगर वो मैगवायर को भी रखे तो I am okay with it, as long as we are giving him time. That's what he's asking United fans on the board. What is your say, Chinmay?
I think even if he loses, some major games in the first 15 games, but even if he wins all the 15 games, give him time. He's a man who likes to do things his way. He's a young coach, but he already has a set of ideas, a template he goes about with. And I think that is all, Ten Hag and United should be all about, giving him his own space, letting him go into, the training ground, getting to look at the kids, everybody. He should be having the saying who gets to go out, who gets to come in, and I really think that if you give him time, we would probably have a very good Manchester United for the next decade or so. I mean, a lot of people keep on saying that if Jose was given a little bit of more backing in 2018, or if he would have got some transfer targets he actually wanted, maybe things could have been very different. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer might never have been the manager of United. Hence, telling you that all a manager needs is time, and Ten Hag has done very well with Ajax. I think with time he can do something. Also, the news which you're putting up here, it's quite shocking because PK, I mean, another corruption thing coming to the fore. So, if that is, if that comes out, and if it is true, if it is confirmed, then PK is looking down a barrel right
He's
now.
gone. Yeah, मतलब वो खत्म है मतलब नहीं सादिक भाई I'm just reading
देखो,
news as
Gerard
well as
Piqué, see, Gerard Piqué has always had desires to go into Catalan politics.
oh yeah
So he's
for sure.
so he's definitely making his CV strong for a future political career.
अरे यार उसके पहले लेकिन वो sanctions नहीं आ जाए उस पर major
नहीं, that is a good thing ना for a politician anywhere.
good one
भाई, he can
I
easily
see
go
the
out
point.
and say ना ये तो politically motivated case है.
यार again I should be putting it लेकिन the fact is हम पता है in some of our countries it's like basically एक qualification एक must need to have but again
अगिन भाई ये
you
सब
have
जगह
a
है. Politician के
that's
लिए
part of our politics
to be in financial क्या बोलते हैं corruption is a qualification in any country for a politician these days.
good one यार कौन इंजन हो गया क्या यार डिपाई डोंट टेल मी भाई मतलब डिपाई मुश्किल से शुरू करता है आते ही गिर पड़ता है really bad. Yes, the weird tactician, absolutely very sad news, and we'll be talking about it, Aditya as well. Blograna Hut also asked, Adik, why do you think Griezmann will be a fit in Barca's new system with the Xavi?
नहीं. I mean, Griezmann is. I mean, Depay also only fits in certain games where you need to break that low block and teams which are vulnerable to direct offense. Varna, even Depay does not fit in. I mean, one player like that is okay because you need them for those certain 7-8 games in a season where you need to employ the players in those scenarios. But if you get a Griezmann along with a Depay, I mean, Griezmann is a very क्या बोलते हैं? I mean, Atletico Madrid has made him a very direct player as compared to what he was before. Prior to coming to
has he not been that? Because I know मतलब you can argue that is Atletico Madrid, लेकिन मेरे ख्याल से वही एक freedom मिलता है ना उसको Atletico Madrid में versus what he got at Barca. Like he never really got that. मतलब that's the kind of player that we want to see Griezmann be. Even for France.
That freedom is to play more direct and more by himself.
Yeah.
And less passing. I mean that passing, that intricate movement that you see in Barcelona system.
Mm-hmm.
That you don't see in Griezmann's game in general.
Yeah, that's true. Chinmay, yaar, quickly yaar, कल के game के लिए I know I took Sadiq bhai's thoughts, but what is your thought? Like I know I don't think United need major changes, but again last game में मैंने वो काफी बात किया था.
I think Matic didn't play the last game, so I think if nothing goes wrong, you could direct start. Maybe Pogba got booed at full time yesterday. A day before, but again, I think might be Pogba and Matic in that pivot because McTominay and Fred are doubts. So, and you probably have Bruno. Now it's the kind of
but he's actually confirmed it. Ten Hag Boro Ragnick has confirmed it that I think McFred is out. So,
McFred is out exactly.
Yes.
So you have Pogba and Matic in the pivot. Bruno in the cam position. Now the only thing is if Cristiano Ronaldo does miss, do you risk playing Rashford, out of form, but do you risk playing him, try to get back his game in a big game like that? Elanga, Sancho. So there are, a couple of options he could go with. That's just, I think
he can potentially try, say if Cristiano misses the game, he has tried, I think he has tried playing Elanga up top.
He can,
I think he's
Rashford, Sancho, Elanga up top, That
or maybe he can go Lingard, Sancho, because Lingard can play out wide on the right as well. Yeah. So you can potentially go Lingard, Sancho, and Elanga up top.
I think what a lot of people did not expect, me included, Lingard playing on the weekend was very surprising because for a player who's going out of contract anyways.
Exactly, and a different role altogether.
And you know that he, all said and done, he's not going to extend with United. So for him to play that game, I think it was a good call because Lingard was looking energetic. He did look, happy to be on the pitch. Maybe he might have some more game time. All I can think is, United will have I wouldn't say very big, that is kind of a taunt at Man City, but we will have two fan bases coming behind United tomorrow. Because if we manage to stop Liverpool, then that is a very big plus for Man City. Henceforth,
We'll manage to unite Manchester tomorrow.
yeah, exactly. Tomorrow is a game
Oh
where
man,
a lot of people.
it's happening for real. You heard it here first. लेकिन honestly मैं खुद ही बोल रहा हूँ. I would like to see a score draw, and I'm actually calling it as well. क्योंकि especially the news आई है in a strange way. I think it will kind of get the players together. And मैं बोल रहा हूँ, I actually called the left field kind of option. Sadiq bhai, Chinmay put a few thoughts there about the formation. Do you think because maybe Ronaldo might not play now, they can probably go with an extra man in defense and go with 5 at the back and go with Matic, or have just those pacey guys up front, जैसे Chelsea के साथ खेले थे आप लोग, Sancho.
I would definitely not go for a back three because already knowing the technical difficulties of understanding proper technical football from our defenders, you give them another wrinkle in that. That is like, I mean, you are just asking them to, you are just asking for trouble because already, they are all defenders who play a back four within their clubs and also in their international teams, and yet they are so much out of position all the time. You add in a third defender in between, and then imagine you're asking Harry Maguire and a Victor Lindelof to make sure that they are aware of where that third defender is, and that third defender to be aware of another person. That is too much defensive and mental gymnastics for our players at the moment.
Yeah. And that third defender, unfortunately, look, if Varane was in the mix, maybe I would have,
he's also out, right?
Yeah, maybe I would have said, okay, we might be able to, because we did win 3-0 away at Spurs in that back three. But the thing is, Varane is out tomorrow, and Luke Shaw can't play because of the metal, screw, if I'm not wrong, the injury.
Yeah.
So that.
But that 3-0 at Spurs was against the Nuno-led Spurs that was completely out of sorts.
Yeah, that was exactly. So they were also out of sorts at that point of time. I think having a look, I think a back three, as Sadiq Bhai is saying, it's going to be a disaster. You saw the formation we played in October, and we got whacked by Liverpool. I'm surprised they didn't score 7, 8, or 9. They stopped at 5, and that was, I think, kind of that was more disrespectful for a team to actually stop attacking after a point of while. They stopped attacking, and I thought, what is going on? So I really think tomorrow defensively, I think tomorrow is a perfect game for United. United being United. If we don't, which I think we might not win, it would be the perfect United thing to get Salah back into goal scoring form. Salah's not been in good form. Tomorrow is a game.
United Chelsea bhai उस matter में तो.
See, I'll tell you, there is no single player in the Liverpool team that I fear the most. It's just the sheer. See, it's just the sheer fact that Liverpool is a team that has a functioning system, and United is a definition of what dysfunctional means.
Yeah. That's well said. But you have a proper management in place. They have a certain mentality for a good few years now. But that is something that United अभी शुरू करने वाली है for United's fans' sake. That's what you would say, right? Absolutely. यहाँ पर बारसा के मैच चल रहा है यार. एल्बा के लिए कौन है रिप्लेसमेंट? ये जोसे गाया, आई थिंक ही इज एक्सटेंडिंग, राइट? वो नहीं आने वाला. तो कौन है?
जोसे गाया तो वो है ना, फॉर होसे गाया भी से ये वो गया नहीं, वो गया. He's done. He's not coming.
वो लिंक होता है हर एक क्लब के साथ होता है कभी ना कभी.
I think right now the strongest rumors that we are hearing is Alex Grimaldo, but again with Grimaldo the issue is the same. We don't see. We need a left back who.
बच गया. चलो यार, प्लीज सॉरी.
क्या हो गया? कौन बच गया? बारसा बच गई?
हाँ, बारसा बच गई. अच्छा थ्रू बॉल था.
चलो, आई थिंक मेरे से मिस हो गया. मैं थोड़ा तो वही है ना कि I mean with Grimaldo the thing is he is not defensively that astute, and at the moment we don't have that. I mean, you have certain left backs in the market. There is one very good left back. I think he's a Dutch player. I think you must have seen him recently in the friendlies. He was given a chance. Owen Wijndal.
Oh, right. I saw him in the friendlies.
I think he plays for Feyenoord or PSV, one of the two teams.
Yeah, he did
No
look
one minds that. I think
promising.
he's
He did look
19.
promising.
I think he's 19 or 20
Very,
years
very
old.
young. Exactly, very young. In
He's
fact,
very young, but
matlab,
he's very sharp at this age. He's someone
people
who's giving.
people are already saying already matlab, बहुत early है, लेकिन I saw some reports about comparing with Giovanni Van Bronckhorst. Can
Yes.
you imagine?
Matlab but honestly, if you see his game, he is a very, very sturdy. I mean, his peak comparison, they say if he reaches his peak, is an Eric Abidal kind of a player.
Yeah.
That's his peak compare. I'm not saying that I'm comparing, but like when a young prospect comes out and you see scouting reports, and scouting reports have got those player comps there, that if this player turns out to potential, what his physical traits are. It's more of an Eric Abidal like kind of a player, and if you get in that player, bleed him in behind Jordi Alba for next season still, because we don't have another option. Maybe in a season or two, you could have a very good left back at your hands.
Interesting. According to you, who do you think the Barca currently has the best young prospect in whole Europe? Well, yeah, obviously, currently having to have Gavi Pedri जो है already, they already
Pedri,
have them.
I think people have forgotten the fact Pedri is just 19.
Exactly. So I think he's still a prospect, and I think
He's still a prospect. I mean,
yeah.
imagine this. People say that in 5 years' time, Frankie de Jong will be 30, Gavi will be 22 at that time, Pedri will be 24, and a midfielder does not hit his peak till the age of 27, 28.
Mm-hmm.
So Pedri, when Frankie will be in his peak, in his prime at 30, Pedri would still be 4 years away from his prime, and Gavi would still be 6 years from his prime.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's absolutely right. And यार Chinmay, यहाँ पर एक comment या question आया था, I think about the Glazers, FSG. Again, we had the Liverpool fan, Klopp Talk TV in the house. Again, people do check out. Again, जो भी जुड़ा है, सब लोग like कर दिए stream. Do check out the links in the description. You can follow Chinmay on Insta. You can, I'll add Sadiq Bhai's link. Not that Sadiq Bhai is very active, but hopefully he'll become very active on social media. But certainly, we'll have Klopp Talk TV in the house again. We had some great conversations. He was going live, so he had to leave, but the way FSG has been run versus Glazers, now you've been there, Chinmay, you've faced it for years now, as in the torture rather. I have to say that, right? But what do you see is the main difference in terms of the way the clubs have been run, and what maybe Chelsea can look up to or look not up to?
Chelsea, controversial topic. Do you really want me to go there or?
Of course, yeah. This is a sensitive topic, ownership, but I think it's much needed.
Honestly, all said and done, I think Chelsea, we take out the UK government out of it, okay?
Mm-hmm.
But I think Chelsea was a very well-done club, honestly. And I'm saying that at least in terms of transfers. Now, of course, you have all of these memes on the players you kind of loan out, the players you send on loans, players who are at Chelsea but never at Chelsea. Okay, agreed. But
but that was Roman Abramovich, no difference. Abhi wo nahi hai. So abhi what is the step forward?
I think right now, if Chelsea wants to have a look at least these three owners, the Arsenal, the Liverpool, and the United owners, I would say go with someone like a Liverpool. Zidane to PSG is that done?
I don't know. I'm just actually reading it, but I think it's probably just a comment. Let me check. Yeah, please continue.
Yeah. So because that's scary. If Zidane is done, a United fan is scared because you never know. They might go for Poch last second. They might say, "Oh, Poch, please come." So
नहीं मुझे तो कुछ नहीं दिख रहा. मतलब again comments आते रहते हैं, but again I'm not taking it as it is right now.
The best thing about Liverpool is, however, I hear how fans complain that we don't have the best owners or so, but they've supported Klopp whenever he's needed help. They've supported him, and I think that also goes down to say that Klopp has been a very good coach. Even if he did not have some good amount of budget, he maybe got the team to excel on a different level. But whenever he has asked for a target, not going money-minded ways, but the average target, a signing like Jota, right?
Mm-hmm.
They could have got Werner, which you obviously got in the same transfer season.
Thanks for reminding me.
In the same transfer season, they decided to. A lot of people said that Werner snubbed Liverpool and went to Chelsea. Yeah. Now I think I'm not sure of all the facts, but now I think, was it really a snub or did Liverpool actually just not care enough to make the deal happen?
Because again, we can only speculate here. Yeah.
I will put a quote. I think I've sent that PDF to you also, Ankit bhai. that
Mm-hmm.
in the last 10 years, Chelsea has spent 1.3 billion pounds and Liverpool has spent 1.2.
Yeah, I remember
That
seeing that.
the net spend difference between the two clubs is 50 million pounds. The net spend difference between City and Liverpool is one Jack Grealish, plus minus
Yeah,
some fodder players. It's
correct,
120,
correct.
130 million is the difference in the net spend between the two clubs.
Yeah.
When it comes to spending, Liverpool went and spent what, 50 or 60 odd million on Luis Diaz in the winter transfer, if I'm not mistaken. What did
45,
United?
if I'm not wrong. 45 to 55,
Yeah,
somewhere around.
What? Yeah,
55. It was 55,
I
I
mean,
think. Yeah.
it is 50 plus minus some add-ons. I think
Correct.
that's the deal. When it comes to spending, they went and spent what, I think 40 odd on Ibrahima Konate in the summer.
Yeah, yeah.
So when you see this transfer window spend, City has spent I think 118 million, Jack Grealish and Julian Alvarez. Liverpool has spent 118 because Fabio Carvalho will come and join them in the summer, but the deal
Yeah.
was set in the winter. I think it was some technicality and paperwork that
True.
did not allow them to complete the deal on the last day. So they have spent the same amount in this transfer window. So it's not like that Liverpool does not spend. Yes, where I have to give Liverpool credit and where Liverpool excels over any other club at the moment in world football is Jurgen Klopp and Michael Edwards and the scouting. They scout the best players that fit. And why does the scouting work? Because they have a set fit system. Why does the scouting of Manchester City works? They have a system.
Very good point. You know what, Sadiq bhai, पता नहीं आपने देखा कि नहीं? I know Chinmay, if you saw as well, and people in the chat as well. We actually previewed the Man City Liverpool FA Cup game with one of these topics. So we actually picked 11 of players who were signed by Klopp or by Guardiola who did not fit into the current City or Liverpool side, and he struggled to make 11. Can you believe that? Oh, that is the point of saying that there have hardly been any flop signings or scouted players who have not worked. There have been like totally 10-11 ही हुए in what 6 years, and that's a really good number.
And the two players that Guardiola sold to Barcelona, that was Eric Garcia and Ferran Torres, it's not because they did not fit, it's because
Correct.
they were
They wanted.
surplus to requirements.
Correct.
They were surplus to requirements. They were not getting game time.
Yeah, that's a great one. Okay, यहाँ पर यार PSG के यार हर दिन न्यूज आते हैं. मैंने चेक किया, अभी तक कुछ आया नहीं है न्यूज. बट हाँ, अब I won't deny it, Zidane to PSG quite possible है. मतलब let's see, as in that's time will tell.
But
But
PSG is a rich Manchester United in a way.
oh,
Is a filthy rich Manchester United.
only a Manchester United fan can say that, and Chinmay is smiling at glory. But again, Chinmay, like I know, काफी समय हो गया. I think you must be tired as well, and I'm tired as well. लेकिन हाँ, we've been discussing lots. Quickly, I'll take predictions for the season. Actually, again, people do check out the poll. मैंने poll डाला है. That is very interesting poll about the season. So 3-4 predictions लेंगे. यहाँ पर क्या penalty हुआ है क्या बारसा का? एक सेकंड ना. I think penalty.
I think I'm running a little behind. You're at what timing, Ankit bhai?
20-16.
Yeah, I'm like 25 seconds behind you.
नहीं हुआ. I think एक goal की है. But Chinmay, so firstly, let's start off with Manchester United. Firstly, what are you happy with and what are you predicting will be Manchester United end to the season in terms of the position? वहाँ से शुरू करते हैं पहले.
We finished in the top 4. I have
okay. So Tottenham are having a better goal difference. मैंने share किया a couple of times on the screen. Like, so you are expecting us to kind of drop points against you is what I'm assuming, right? Because that is
I mean, in the next 9 days, we play Liverpool tomorrow. On Saturday, we play Arsenal. And on the 27th, we play you. On the 27th, we play you. So, and also, Arsenal are playing Chelsea. Chelsea are playing United. Tottenham has a big game left. I can't remember if it's Chelsea or I think they've got no. I think Liverpool. I think they have
Liverpool. Tottenham is left.
No. They have Liverpool left.
Okay, so Liverpool, Tottenham
left.
So all these top 4 teams. Yeah, somehow they're playing against each other, or either a Liverpool or a City, or against each other. Seeing that, I think even if we lose tomorrow, I feel we beat Arsenal and Chelsea. Because at Old Trafford, all said and done, now I feel this might actually, as you've been saying for quite some time now, this Ronaldo news, Ten Hag coming in, Ranić spending, the last 1 month as a manager. I think all of this will only help United and get them together as a team. And I think we have enough in us to get above Tottenham at least. I feel Chelsea have third and we have fourth. I don't see Spurs coming fourth. I see Spurs pulling off the Spurs and Arsenal. Well, I don't. I really don't think Arsenal have it in them to finish in the top four because they've already
Yeah.
they had. I think say March when United were losing games. Arsenal were doing great. Arsenal had a great opportunity. And now you see the last 2-3 game weeks, you can see that Arsenal are actually going back to where they had started the season from. So they're all the cards are coming on at the right time for United. They just need to take advantage of the season.
Yeah. Okay. By the way, people again who've joined late, like कर दीजिए. Usual part of the drill, right? Let's like the stream and let's take that poll as well before we end the stream. Yes, almost 2 घंटे हो गए. We'll try to take quick predictions यहाँ पर from Sadiq bhai as well. But Sadiq bhai season predictions ले लेते थोड़ा बहुत. I know match के predictions काफी हो गए and we've spoken lots. But in terms of Champions League football, मतलब again it pains me to say it. But the fact that we are not there, and so what are you realistically seeing in Champions League? You're actually seeing
Realistically, seeing our remaining schedule and the way our team is organized right now, which is an absolute state of disorganization, I feel that we are not making into the Champions League next season.
Oh wow!
I would even go as far as saying that we might end up sixth.
Big call, huh? Big call.
We might end up sixth because it's just the sheer fixtures that we have left. Okay, we might beat Arsenal, but then we have got Chelsea remaining. And I would have been more confident if you would have had Chelsea when it was originally scheduled, because at that time then Chelsea would have had, I mean, maybe the FA Cup coming up, end of the season, they might have rested some players. But right now Chelsea has got no reason to rest anyone against us.
Yeah. Fair enough. But yeah, again, lots of talk there. यहाँ पर Barca is kind of creating chances, so you will hope for the best. And Sadiq bhai, quickly for Barca, what are you predicting in terms of next season? Like you're seeing that it was probably too good to be true. Xavi का जो हुआ था, or you're actually seeing him actually uprooting trees
No,
next
if
season.
you see the advanced analytics of the season, especially since Xavi took over, you can see those numbers. You can see those changes in the pressing numbers. You can see those changes in the chance creating and the shot creating action numbers. There is a difference in. Yeah, we definitely lack in some areas. In the aerial game, Barca lacks significantly. They're probably in the bottom 2 or bottom 3. I mean, it's a significant issues are still there in the team. Yes, the system that came in place did paper over some of the cracks, but I do feel that during the summer transfer window, knowing Xavi, knowing Laporta, we will fill out certain areas, and this same Barca team will not be there. It will be a better team. That's what we are expecting, and especially will give Xavi a whole like an off season or a pre-season to inculcate good habits even more.
Yeah.
So I feel that there will definitely be a title challenge starting from the first week itself. Unlike that, Barca came into their own quite late into this season.
Nice. Again, I won't mind that. Like I said, Barca, I've got a strange liking. Two decades se. Finally, I've got that, so I won't mind that at all. But again, thanks, Sadiq bhai. I know that you've been through a couple of streams and long day. Same with Chinmay. Hopefully, next time we'll have more discussions here about United, about Barca, and a lot more. And by the way, people, like up there for screen first, let's get to the 100 likes mark. And yes, let's get there. And don't forget, Almighty Blues cricket. Hopefully, when international cricket starts, we'll have Sadiq bhai pitch in there also. And Chinmay, I know as a matter of fact, he's interested as well. He knows his cricket. So hopefully, we'll have some discussions there on Almighty Blues cricket. We are trying to grow there as well as the other people. Every like, every subscription helps. But of course, we will be live there tomorrow and day after tomorrow on this channel, and we'll probably release the review of the Barca game that we're watching right now. So yes, all the best to United, all the best to Liverpool, because yes, we had Klopp Talk TV also in the house. Big up to him. I'm just hoping for a good game of football, and same with Barca. Sadiq bhai, all the best. Chinmay, all the best. Again, condolences to Ronaldo's family, but yes, great news for United when it comes to Ten Hag. So yes, till next time, take care and come on. We'll be back for the Chelsea games of the Chelsea.